Welcome to another deadline stream and Happy New Year. It's very early on in the morning and hopefully we've all got plenty of rest. We're going to need it. And even after this stream, I might have to doze off a little bit. But obviously, I appreciate everyone who's joined in today. And yeah, let's just try to make the best decisions possible. I've already made one transfer. And as you can see, I've got a new captain, Jared Bowen, in for Bernardo Silva. But news actually broke out overnight. And I don't know if this is actually a reliable source. But Foden might have COVID. And if that is true, then that could also be another issue to deal with. And then Liverpool versus Chelsea, hopefully that game also goes ahead. Liverpool also had 3 COVID cases yesterday, so a lot could still happen, and that's why I tried to wait up until 10:30 to make your final transfers, but not up until the very end because the site could crash once again. But thank you to everyone who's tuned in. I'll try to get through as many questions as possible, and yeah, I'm going to also be looking to maybe take a -4, maybe even a -8, who knows, it could be a -12 today, but I'm going to try to keep it probably as light as possible. And I'll be talking about my other transfers. I'll put a poll out very soon and see what you guys think as well. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So thank you to everyone who's been tuning in and waiting. There's so many of you already, in the lobby and waiting in the stream. So obviously much appreciated. So welcome, Steve. Happy New Year to you. And obviously, very nice that you're coming from Jamaica as well. Group says Sanchez, Keane, Cancelo, Trent, Bowen, Foden, Salah, Jota, Antonio, Dennis, Tony. Yep, that looks pretty decent, to be fair. I wouldn't really go out of my way to get so many of these Double Gameweek players, as I talked about in yesterday's team selection video. Welcome, Lipuk. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you very much for always tuning in. Eunice as well, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well. Benji asks, Keane, Everton not good in defence. Yeah, I don't trust Everton defensively, but if I was to probably pick one player, it would be Keane. He plays 90 minutes in all of the games, and they could have a Double Gameweek in 22 as well. I wouldn't say it's completely likely. We're actually going to maybe go over some of the potential Double Gameweeks in 22 and the updated schedule let's say later on in the video. But yeah, obviously thank you very much for tuning in. Happy New Year from Ireland. Happy New Year to you as well, Eddie. Who would you guys prefer to have on your team if you play bench boost in 22? Sissoko or Martinelli? I need to transfer one of them out to Gray. I prefer having Martinelli all day long over Sissoko. Even though Sissoko will have a better set of Double Gameweek fixtures, Martinelli is just clear, in my opinion. What I could do, Trent and Gray in for James and Gundogan, or do Region and Madison in, says Eddie. Yeah, I would probably go for... getting Trent in right now is a bit of a weird one. Look, he's fixture proof. He could still do really well against Chelsea. I think right now Region and Madison look good, and then next week you can get in Trent and Gray. That's the thing though with Gray. You'd want to get him in right now. So what I'd do in your situation actually is get Gray in and maybe even Region. So that's what I would do, and then get the other two later on. So thank you, Kevin and Alvin and everyone else who's been tuning in. NM as well. Happy New Year to you as well. I'll try to catch up with the chat. Patrick as well. Happy New Year. Ethan as well. Happy New Year. Gustav, there's so many of you here in the chat today, so obviously much appreciated. Nah, don't worry, FM, I'm not actually asleep. Somehow I was just saying some things out. Oh, don't worry, Patrick, I'm not hungover. If I was, I wouldn't really be. I wouldn't be here probably. Mark, Happy New Year to you as well. Yep, he's awake. Let's see. So let's go through these questions. How many hits would you take? Normally I'm not really a big fan. I always say this, try not to take a -12 or above, but I think a -12 could actually be justified this week or next week, and you can stretch out the hits, this week and next week. I think I'm looking at maybe a -8. I think that would be pretty acceptable, all things considered, especially next week when there's probably going to be more Double Game Weeks. But yeah, I'm looking to do a -4, -8. Is Foden going to travel? That's something we might find out around 10 to 11, but that's why if any of you are on Twitter, if you see anything, then let everyone know in the live chat. I'm going to try to check Twitter myself, but I probably won't have enough time trying to get through the questions as well. Do you think DCL will start? I think he will, but he's not going to get the full 90, probably in either game, but he should be able to get maybe 60 minutes in each game, maybe build up to 100 to 120 minutes worth of fitness. But I think it's a good option regardless, but obviously it'd be much appreciated and much preferred if he actually played all the minutes, but I just don't think that's realistic. You're captaining Bowen over Antonio. Most people are. I put a poll out, Kevin, and I think around 74% people voted for Bowen and only around 12% voted for Antonio. I am actually tempted by Antonio. He did score 4 goals against Norwich. I know it was a few seasons ago, but still, I think he could do something similar. Maybe not 4 goals, but he might be the one to really shine in that game. Yeah, everyone's going for Bowen captain, Kai, it looks like anyway, but not everyone does have Bowen. Hayden, Happy New Year. Thank you to Gustav once again. Haven't used my wildcard prior. I use this week. will I be left with another one? Yeah, if you didn't use the first one, you're only going to have one regardless. So you get 2 wildcards, one for the first 20 game weeks and then one for the remaining 18, 19 game weeks. And basically, yeah, it's just, unfortunately, your first one does pretty much get absorbed and you can't use it anymore. Who to bench? Simicast or Watkins? I mean, I'd just rather play Watkins, to be honest, yeah, out of those two. Antonio DCL, I'd probably go for Antonio just because he's not coming back off 2 injuries. James replacement, Reguilon, Shaw, Emerson. I'd still say Reguilon, to be honest, yeah. But Emerson's also probably a bit more nailed because Reguilon does have Sessegnon to contend with. Yorang, welcome, and obviously Happy New Year to you as well. 4.6 defender, whoever, West Ham or Everton. I mean, you could just look at Johnson at 4 million. Is he going to be completely nailed until the end of the season? No. But Cresswell, I think, should be out for quite a little while, yeah. The problem Johnson has is Soufal as the right back and also Masuaku as the left back, so there could be the odd rotation for him. Because really, you're looking at West Ham and there is Diop, there's Dawson, there's Soufal. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Diop is the only one you could afford other than Johnson. And yeah, from Everton, it gets a bit trickier. But Keane is the only one I'd look at. But he's a bit over that price threshold you recommend, or that you asked for. James to Soufal -4. I would play Soufal instead of King. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad hit. You know, I'm also considering getting a West Ham defender, but I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of them because they've only got 4 clean sheets this season. I think 1 clean sheet in the last 11 games or something like that. And I just don't trust their defence, if I'm being honest. But the same goes for Everton and all these others. Yet they can still make good options in Game Week 21 and 22. But yeah, I think it's worth it, Genius Gamer. Is a West Ham defender worth it for -4? I think because they have a double, yes, and they've got some good fixtures after that. But yeah, someone like Johnson, for example, or Soufal, they could still be on your bench in the future weeks, but you have them just in case you need them because of postponements. So I think it is worth it, but I'm still not a huge fan of West Ham defenders, even if I bring one myself, just to make that completely clear. Free hits are a short honeymoon. Happy New Year. That's one way of summing up, but obviously Happy New Year to you as well. You never walk alone, Anchor. Is a West Ham defender worth... Oh yeah, I just said that, sorry. Soufal versus Dawson instead of Tomiyasu for a -4. I think Dawson has a bit more goal threat, but Soufal, I mean, the thing with Dawson, he's also a bit more nailed, a bit more expensive. Dawson also has this tendency to just randomly get these, you know, own goals or red cards. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen. But I do prefer Soufal slightly, but still, once again, as you can probably tell, I'm not really a huge fan of these West Ham players. Or should I say defenders? I do like their attack. So Diop is a great pick. I wouldn't say he's a great pick, but I think he's a decent one. And he should start all of the games that are coming up. Laka to DCL for a hit. I think it's worth it. Just bear in mind the risks of DCL. He might not even play, you know, as many minutes as you hope for. Goalkeeper to buy. I mean, normally I should say Ramsdale, but because of the circumstances, I have to say De Gea, Lloris, or Sanchez. I think they're 3 of the best ones. If you want someone for this double game week, then consider Pickford or Fabianski, and I'd maybe lean a bit more towards Fabianski. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of either defence as well, as I talked about in yesterday's video actually as well. Alright, so Gray or Doucouré. I've seen a lot of people actually prefer Doucouré, but I'm still leaning towards Gray. But one thing to say is Doucouré is much better in terms of bonus points. With Gray, he's only got 2 bonus points this season, if I'm not mistaken. But he does score more goals. And yeah, I think Doucouré would be a bit more explosive, but at the same time, Gray maybe a bit more consistent with his goals anyway. In terms of attacking returns, they're quite similar. Get Dalot in place of James and Diaz instead of Tomiyasu. That looks pretty good. Just bear in mind, Diaz doesn't have a double game week in 21 or 22. But City's defence is so good you can double up. And also consider Laporte. He's a bit cheaper than Diaz, and right now he's very nailed. So that's also a good one. Dalot, that's the thing. I think he'll play the majority of games, but Wan-Bissaka will occasionally get, you know, some minutes. And I don't know, with United, I'd rather, you know, kind of cover them with De Gea, if I'm being honest. Sell Diaz, have Cancelo, Trent, Reguilon already. I don't think you need to sell Diaz, but at the same time, if you want to get a double game week player, then it's not really a bad idea. Yeah, best Ramsdale replacement, just the 3 names I said before, Lloris, De Gea, and Sanchez. West Ham have FA Cup match. Yeah, there's going to be games in between, but I just don't expect West Ham to go full throttle in those games. There might be the odd rotation against Norwich, you never know. And that game is in 2 weeks' time, pretty much. So there's plenty of rest for the likes of Antonio. Salah or Sterling or Foden to Bernardo? Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, the thing is with Foden, I don't mind keeping him. The problem is, does he have COVID, and is he going to have more disciplinary issues? Probably not in terms of disciplinary issues, but the COVID one is a bit of a concern. I think Salah is ultimately the one you want to sell, whether it's this week or next week, but yeah, if you're looking at this week, has to be between Salah, maybe or Foden because of the circumstances right now, yeah. But Salah ultimately is the one you want to get rid of there, Heshia. Watkins to DCL for a hit. I do like Watkins regardless. He might have a double in 22 and he's got good fixtures after that. But yeah, I think it still could be worth a hit this week, but you don't have to take it. Doing Salah to Son this week is a waste of a free transfer. I don't think it's a waste, but you could also get the likes of Gray. You can get Bowen if you don't have him already, Antonio. I'm guessing you do have those two West Ham players. But yeah, you can maybe target some of these double game week players. Lamptey or Cucurella. I think if money isn't an issue, Cucurella maybe is just a safer pick. But yeah, Lamptey offers potentially better value anyway. Will Gray play? I believe so. Obviously, I can't tell you that for sure, but I believe he will. Worth using a free hit this week? I think it is possibly worth it, yeah. Some people are using it in Game Week 22, so ultimately it depends on your team and the way you're set up. But ultimately, if I'm looking at it for myself, I'm not going to be using the free hit, but that doesn't mean it's not worth using for other people. I think it is probably a good idea. Update about Maddison, he's fit. The problem with Leicester is Vardy. He's out for a month pretty much, potentially. That's what Brendan Rodgers said. Captain Antonio or Bowen? I mean, right now I've got the armband on Bowen, but I am considering going to Antonio, to be honest. But it's something I haven't decided yet, to be quite frank. And Jesus, the lighting is it's getting worse and worse. I'll try to fix that in a second. But yeah, if you haven't already, obviously, much appreciated to everyone who's been tuning in. Smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 9,000 subscribers. And yeah, obviously, the last few videos, a lot of support. So obviously, thank you very much for that. Happy New Year to everyone once again. Obviously, I missed out some comments that were, obviously giving all the greetings. Obviously, I apologize for that. So many of you in the chat today, but obviously much appreciated. I'm going to try fix this light actually. It's actually a bit bugging, to be honest. So I'll be back in a second. And yeah, we'll be back with this. So let me just get this. Yeah. All right. One second. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Someone's excited. Okay, we're back. Okay, so thank you for the patience. Let's now go through the questions once again. So, there we go. Yeah, a lot of people mentioning -4s, -8s for the likes of Antonio, Bowen, Soufal. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Antonio and Bowen is the main ones you want to get, Zia. Soufal is kind of just a luxury one. DCL Tony, I still prefer Dominic Calvert-Lewin, to be honest. You're looking at the fixtures as well. Brentford have some pretty tough ones after this game week, so I'd go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He also could have a double in 22. Should I start Lucas Moura or Dennis, you think? That's a good question because I think both of them are capable of scoring. I prefer Dennis in most cases, to be honest, so I'd probably stick with him, but you're looking at the game, who do you think is going to win? Probably Spurs. They're probably going to score maybe 2 or 3 goals. Watford are very poor defensively, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's quite a high-scoring game. You look at who Dennis is up against. Yeah, Spurs are a pretty decent defence right now, but I'd still go for Dennis. That's just kind of looking at the player, who do you think is a better asset? And I think it's Dennis. Best Gallagher replacement, 1.2 million in the bank. I think Gray could be a good one. He's got a double this week, could have 1 in 22, and he's got good fixtures beyond that. And also, let's say, for example, Gray gets injured or, it doesn't go according to plan. You can always just have him on the bench. He's not too bad. Hi, mate. Rafinha or Gray for Gallagher? I mean, look, I like Rafinha a lot. I probably prefer him over Gray in normal circumstances, but because of the doubles, because of Everton's fixtures, I'd probably go for Gray. -8 for Reguilon, Gray, Antonio, and Luca Digne. I'm not sure about Luca Digne because he might have played his last game for Everton. I'm not sure what's the scenario there, what's happening there. He hasn't played for a very long time, but I do like the other moves. Yeah, Antonio, Gray, 2 double game week players, and Reguilon. That's pretty good. Dawson or Diop? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'd probably say Dawson, but it's not really much in between. And anything can happen. It could be one of them scoring this week and you go for the one that does score in the end. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Foden to Bowen. Yeah, I think that's a good move regardless, even if Foden is fit or not. Sell Ronaldo. Yeah, I think Ronaldo, the thing is, he's just so much money and you could just have Son as a premium and then just spread the funds around and have a really good squad in general. Start Saka or Trossard. I'd probably go for Trossard because of the fixture. DCL or CR7? I mean, normally it's just CR7 really, isn't it? But this game, because of the double, I'd rather have DCL, but yeah, I mean, most people would prefer Ronaldo, I think. Thank you very much for the super chat, Mikey, once again. Thank you for the content, Dylan. Come on your irons. Thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated. And obviously, good luck with West Ham. And yeah, quite a lot of West Ham fans and West Ham lovers in the chat, actually, especially with these double game weeks. But obviously, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see. Free hit activated, yeah. Free hit is actually maybe a bit more popular than people realise. I don't think it'll be excessively popular, but it doesn't really matter, you know. Are you aware of the reports that Foden has COVID? It's unconfirmed, but yes, I'm aware. I talked about it earlier. -4 for Fabianski. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I probably wouldn't go there. I mean, it's easy for me to say I've got 2 goalkeepers already, but yeah, I'd rather maybe go for... I mean, this is the thing. In terms of West Ham defence, Fabianski is probably one of the better ones to cover, but I look at the goalkeepers in general. De Gea, Ramsdale, Sanchez and Lloris. They're probably the 4 that I'd want, or 2 of the 4 I want. So, yeah, he's a good option. And if you want West Ham coverage, go for it. But I'm not sure I'm going to, you know, I'd really advocate for that myself. Best free hit 11. We could make it an 11 now, actually. Yeah, we'll do that then. We'll do that. We'll show you a free hit 11. There's people asking for all sorts of stuff, so obviously we'll try to do as much as we can. So, okay, in terms of the goalkeeper, I think it makes sense to maybe go for a double game week player, maybe Pickford, for example, or Fabianski. But yeah, let's just... Alright, so free hit. It's difficult, you know. Normally you want to invest as much as possible into your starting 11, but because of the circumstances and you never know who you may need in the end, you want to have a bit of squad depth at least. But Bowen and Antonio are just clear, you know. You want to have them at least. And then Damari Gray is another easy option. Then you're looking at Heung-min Son instead of Salah. Also gives you more funds. So yeah, let's go for Heung-min Son as well. And yeah, let's focus on the rest. So Jota and Foden this week. I mean, because of the rumours about Foden, I mean, who knows, to be honest, what to make of that. So yeah, it is quite difficult to make a free hit team this week, to be honest. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm going to be thinking about this as well. So Calvert and Antonio, I think, is pretty good up front. Dennis, yeah, a lot of people thought Watford could have a double in 21. It's not going to be the case. Probably will be in 22. I think Ivan Toney probably then in game week 21, should I say, for a free hit. Yeah, get rid of the Chelsea players. Trent Cancelo. Yeah, as you can see, it's not looking great. I'd probably still go for Soufal. I mean, it is a free hit after all. You want to take advantage of the doubles. Triple up on West Ham. And yeah, one other reason why I'm not really that settled on getting a triple up in West Ham, for example, going for the defenders, is because I just want to avoid any triple ups if possible. A double up is already more than enough. I'm not too sure, but yeah, in terms of a free hit, that's what I probably do. Who else could we go for? Yeah, it's a bit interesting, isn't it? So, West Ham's already covered. Yeah, I'd probably go for Keane from Everton. I mean, some people can risk it with Digne, but I'm just not too sure if he's going to start both games. Obviously, if he wasn't really an issue, then I think he's just a certainty in that free hit. He'd look pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you could go for a Brentford defender as well. I mean, you want to really target the double game weeks, don't you? Chelsea, Liverpool's a bit of a tough one. You can still go for Trent, to be fair. I don't think he's a bad idea, but yeah, I think I'd probably go for a Brentford defender. I'd probably go for Janssen or someone like that. You know, I'm not really a big fan of these Brentford defenders right now, but yeah, that looks pretty decent actually. Cancelo, Trent. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. Just need 3 more spots now. With 29 million, or should I say 4 spots, we've got 2 goalkeepers as well. Pickford as well. I mean, I'm not too sure about that, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, people asking for Wildcard 11. I'll try to start show that very soon. Will Johnson start? I believe so. I don't know if he's going to start both games, though, if I'm being completely honest, because he's contending with Masuaku at left back and also Soufa at right back. But, you know, you would think he would start one game at least and get minutes across both games. Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest, this is quite challenging. Normally, it's quite easy to see the fixtures and, you know, see the best performing players and just, you know, make an 11 or a good squad, but this isn't too easy, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, Mamma mia. Yeah, the last 3 spots I'm not too sure about, to be honest. So we've already got the triple ups with Everton and West Ham. We could just go for Mbumo. I think he should be ready to play. He's definitely going to be fit for one of them. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for both of them. But yeah, that's also another tough one to think about. I mean, Man City, Arsenal, I do like their players for that. I mean, even I wouldn't mind Mahrez actually as a pick there, to be honest. So yeah, just to make things simple, I'll go for Mahrez. I'll go for Mahrez. I know I don't typically really go for him, but I think for a free hit looks pretty good. We still have money left in the bank though, I think, with everyone kind of covered. Yeah, in terms of goalkeepers, I'd probably also keep it simple. And Brentford, yeah, this is a bit... I'd probably go for just someone simple then. Yeah, let's just go for De Gea. Single game week goalkeeper, a bit boring maybe, but there we go. And you could just get any other goalkeeper you want, really. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go for Ramsdale, not this week. Let's just go for Sanchez. I mean, I'm not too sure about the second one. Martinez, I mean, I wouldn't mind him for this week, but something like this, I mean, it's not great, to be honest. It's not a great team. I think there are definitely ways to improve this, but you want to be, if you're free hitting, you want to be doubling or tripling up on these teams that have a double game week. That's what I'd be looking to do. But I mean, if not, I think probably a logical thing to do is actually just upgrade one of these strikers and get Kane in, but he does have a single game week as opposed to these double game week strikers. But yeah, that's just kind of a free hit team. And now these are my transfers, or my transfer plans. So I've already made that free transfer. Bernardo Silva out for Jarrod Bowen. I'm keeping an eye on Foden and what's going to happen there. Damari Gray could come in for Douglas Luiz. And Reguilon, I mean, I could bring him in for a hit. If not, just go for a West Ham defender. I'm also looking at Game Week 22. West Ham will not have a double in 22. I could bench boost there if things calm down. There's not too many postponements and, COVID's quite manageable. But it's difficult to say because... I think Bowen, Antonio would make a good bench boost team regardless, and even a West Ham defender. But at the same time, I would rather have Reguilon and, let's say, a Wolves defender in the long term rather than Soufal or the others. So that's why I haven't really gone there yet. I could still actually go for a West Ham defender. Let me know what you think. I'll put a poll out very soon. But yeah, it's nothing set in stone yet. That's basically it. Triple captain Bowen, good. I think it's a good opportunity, and also most people will captain Salah every week pretty much, and this is a good time to captain someone different who's got a double game week, and you're triple captaining him. So I think it's a good opportunity, but I'm not going to go for it myself. Having said that, that doesn't mean you can't go for it, to be honest. Yeah, Coleman or Pickford? I'd probably say Pickford, but once again, Everton, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of their defence. New to FPL, does free hit work in double game week? Yeah, it works in any game week. It basically lasts for 1 week, and that's it. So the following week, let's say in game week 22 now, you're going to go back to how your team was in game week 20 or approaching game week 21 before you activate the free hit. The wildcard obviously is permanent. Those changes will last pretty much. Thank you very much, FPL Devil. And as he says, if you can, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. It really helps out the channel. And obviously appreciate the kind words, FPL Devil. Captain Antonio, yeah, I am, thinking about it, to be honest. Yeah, I think a lot of people are maybe overlooking him, and that's what kind of tempts me. Is it worth taking a -8 to bring triple West Ham in? I think it is, but once again, Bowen and Antonio are the main ones you want, and anyone else is just the bonus. Who is your captain? It's Jarrod Bowen, yeah, right now, and Antonio's my vice. Graham for Ramsey as a -8. I think it's worth it. Yeah. Captain Bowen, Son, and Ronaldo. I'll go for Bowen because of the double. Yeah, Martinelli to Gray, I think that's a good move. And Martinelli's still a good option, but I'd probably go for Gray because of the doubles. James to Cash and Benteke to DCL for a hit, have Martinelli first bench. Yeah, I think that's good path. Cash could have the double in 22. Just bear in mind, Cash is 1 yellow card away from suspension. Start Livramento or King. I'd probably go for King, actually. Play Jota or Diaz. That's tough, actually. I'd probably say Diaz, but I'm not too sure about that one. Chip strategy if you have all remaining. That's a good question. So a lot depends on which doubles we do get and the blanks, but based on some of the work that's been done by people like Ben Crellin, there could be for example a blank in game week 30. You could use one of your free hits there. You could also consider using your second wildcard around game week 35 onwards. I know it might seem a little bit late, but then there could be a double game week, for example, in game week 37, or I think just in game week 36. Obviously, a lot of this isn't confirmed yet, and things could change, but that's some examples. And then you use the triple captain in a smaller double game week, for example, now on Jarrod Bowen if you want, or Mikel Antonio. Is Foden playing? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if he's going to play. It depends if he actually has COVID or not. If he has, obviously, if we see him in the bus or if we see him travelling, then he's fine. But if not, then we know what's up. DCL or Ronnie? Well, this week I prefer DCL, but who's the better option long term? That's a different answer and different question. But yeah, with Ronaldo, I just don't really see the need to have someone that expensive, to be honest. Obviously, he's very explosive from time to time, but I'd probably lean more towards DCL, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily better. Bowen to Foden or Bernardo? I did Bernardo to Bowen, but if Foden is out, then you'd rather keep Bernardo because at least he's going to play. But I prefer Foden over Bernardo. Yarang. Best James replacement. I was actually talking about this yesterday in the video and also in the community tab. So I think Reguilon or Emerson, one of those Spurs defenders, especially Reguilon, is a really good replacement. Cucurella, Cash, Target, all of these you want to be looking at. Even Laporte, I know he doesn't have a double, but really good defence. Mahrez will start. Obviously, I can't say that for sure, but I think he will. And he's been in great form recently. He's going to go to the African Cup of Nations after this game week. Sufa versus Reguilon. I prefer Reguilon long term. DCL versus Gray. That's the thing, though. I prefer DCL, but because of the players you're getting out, I'd rather have Gray. Yeah. Gray in for Smith Rowe or Martinelli? That's a good question, actually. I'd probably say Smith Rowe because he's not in the starting 11, but he's just scoring from the bench all the time now, isn't he? But yeah, we'll wait and see. Play Diaz or Johnson? Probably Johnson because of the double game week, to be honest, yeah. DCL or Watkins? I still prefer Watkins probably, long term, but if you're looking at game week 21, it has to be DCL. When does Benrahma go to AFCON? I believe he goes to AFCON after the first game of game week 21 and before the second one against Norwich. So he's only going to play one of this double game week. So basically the Palace fixture. Hey mate, start Dennis or Laka? I'd probably start Dennis, to be honest, yeah. Hi, play Cancelo or Reguilon? I'd play Reguilon actually, but benching Cancelo doesn't really sit right with me, to be honest. Free hit and go on double game week players. Yeah, that is an idea as well. And everyone's going to have different strategies heading into this. A lot of big hits are going to be taken. Target or a cheap Spurs defender? That's a good question. I'd probably be tempted by Target and rather cover Spurs with Reguilon, but Davis and Dyer look pretty decent as well. Watkins out for DCL for a -4. I don't think it's a bad move. Just bear in mind, DCL, there's quite a few question marks about him and his fitness. I still like Watkins, to be honest, so I don't think the hit is necessarily necessary. Dylan, Ronaldo or Dennis to Antonio? Thanks. I'd honestly rather do Ronaldo to Antonio. It also gives you more funds. And Dennis, if he does stay, and it looks like he is staying, which is a bit of, obviously I already made my feelings clear yesterday. I think Dennis is the best pound-for-pound striker in the game. Took a -8 for Cucurella, De Gea, DCL. That looks good. I think Cucurella, he could have a double in 22. United, I think it's actually less likely that he's going to have a double now. But yeah, I think those moves look pretty good. Mora to Gray for a -4. Yeah, I think that's good, Lauer. Captain Bowen or Antonio? I'm going for a Bowen right now. So yeah, as you can see right here on the screen. Cucurella or Target? Now that's a bit difficult. I'd maybe lean a bit more towards Cucurella, but it's quite difficult. Play Dennis or King? I'd go for Dennis, but both are good. DCL over Jota this game week? Yeah, if I had DCL, I wouldn't be benching him for Jota when he has a double, yeah. I heard that Gray is illness. Yeah, I saw somewhere that, people were talking about him being unavailable or something. I'm not sure if the source is reliable, but, there's always going to be fake news out there as well. All right. We'll try to do a best wildcard team as well because people are asking for it, and then we'll move on, just talk about the transfers and stuff. We've only got, less than an hour for the deadline, so yeah, this will probably be a shorter stream than usual, but a very early one at that. So if I was wildcarding, I think I'd be a bit more certain than the free hit. The free hit, I was quite, I'm not really a big fan of the free hit I just created, to be honest. So we'll do something like this. So Cancelo, Trent are always going to be in there. Johnson as well. I'd get rid of the Chelsea defenders, especially James, who's probably out for 2 months or more. I think in terms of goalkeepers, this is where it gets a bit interesting. I like Ramsdale a lot. I think you can still keep him on a wild card. I'd still go for 2 goalkeepers. I'd actually consider going for Robert Sanchez. I think he looks pretty decent. Some good fixtures coming up, although the rescheduled fixtures, or the fixtures that haven't been rescheduled yet, they are very tough, to be honest. But I'd go for Sanchez and possibly De Gea. I think, Reguilon is a clear one. You can also go for Emerson Real if you want. So Reguilon is in there. And I'd probably go for either Cash or Cucurella. Now that's where it gets a bit interesting. And also a Wolves defender, whether it's Cody or Kilman. So one of those would be very tempting, actually. Let's actually just go for cash because he has probably one of the best set of fixtures from now on. I mean, those fixtures up until Game Week 28 are fantastic, and also 2 really good fixtures that have yet to be rescheduled. So I go for cash. I think that looks pretty decent. In terms of the midfield, yeah, Bowen and Antonio go in there. Douglas Luiz, yeah, I'd replace him for Demarai Gray. So yeah, let's put him in there. Demarai Gray. Salah, yeah, get rid of him. Not many times I'm going to be saying that this season. So get rid of him. We'll put Heung-min Son. I think that's quite an easy one. I'd keep Jota. I'd honestly keep Jota. And instead of Foden, that's where it gets a bit interesting. I might leave that place blank. I was thinking of Maddison, but obviously Leicester's game against Norwich got postponed. So no double for them. There would have been another team that doubled. Oh yeah, I'd definitely keep Dennis probably. Antonio. Now this is the difficult one. Do you go for Calvert-Lewin or Watkins? Now, if you're wildcarding now, it makes sense to go for Calvert-Lewin and then you can maybe get Watkins in next week. But yeah, that's a difficult one. So how much money do we have left in the bank? 12.1. So we can pretty much get anyone we want. Let me know who you'd get. I'd be curious to know. This is the only spot in the team where I'm a bit unsure about, to be honest. But yeah, I think the rest I'm pretty settled on. You can also go for Watkins instead of any of these strikers, depending on your preference. But Son, Jota, Bowen, they're mainstays in the team. I think Demarai Gray just makes sense with the double game week. You can also go for Doucouré. The defence I'm pretty settled on, actually. I'm not a big fan of triple ups or West Ham defence, but Johnson is budget, and I think he's probably the best budget player you can get right now in defence, so that does make sense. And yeah, De Gea, Sanchez, I think that's fine. Maybe not the greatest defences you're covering there in goal, but so be it. So let's see. KDB, yeah, KDB's a really good shout. So 12.1 million. Let's actually check. I think that's a good shout, yeah. Thank you very much for that to everyone. Yeah, I think De Bruyne's a good shout. So there you go. That looks pretty decent. Let me know what you would change as well. Obviously, if you do go for Watkins instead of Dennis, for example, you wouldn't be able to afford KDB unless you downgraded other players. But this is something like the best wildcard team I would make if I was wildcarding right now. Some players maybe I'm not that big of a fan of in the long term. But yeah, you know what? I think it's pretty decent, to be honest. I wouldn't change too much from this, actually. Yeah, and what do we have? 0.2 million left in the bank. So yeah, just about. All right, let's see. Maybe Sterling. Yeah, Sterling's another one. Start Tony or Gray. That's tough. I'd probably say Gray. I mean, you want to start both. You know, if you have both, start both of them because they have a double game week. Sell Broja or Dennis for Antonio. I'd rather sell Broja, actually. Yeah, I'd sell Broja and keep Dennis. Best West Ham defender, can afford any. I think either Soufal, Dawson or Johnson. Now, obviously, you said who's the best, not who are the best. So if I had to pick, I'd probably still say Soufal, but I'm not a huge fan of any of them. Sell Foden or Bernardo. I mean, normally I'd say sell Bernardo, but because Foden might have COVID, then that makes it a bit more difficult, but we just don't know yet. But apparently the source is reliable. I'm not sure if that's the case. You know, I've got no idea. Should I transfer DCL or Gray? I'd rather have DCL, but maybe in most people's teams it makes sense to get Gray in because you can upgrade a bench fodder option like Douglas Luiz up to Gray. So actually we've got less than an hour left. I'm going to check Twitter just very quickly, see if anything's popped up, which I doubt, by the way. But, you know, I've kind of got into this habit now in the deadline streams and just before the deadline passes to, yeah, just check how things are, see if anything's changed. Let's see. Yeah, there's not really anything, I think. But obviously, if anyone does see anything, let me know. I think I will probably do... Yeah, I'll probably just start finalising my transfers very soon, actually. Yeah, Everton have just signed a Ukrainian defender, by the way. Mykolenko from Dynamo Kiev. Yeah, he was in the Champions League, I think, yeah. So, yeah, I remember seeing his name about. Yeah, this is crazy, isn't it? A lot of people going for Dawson, by the way. So yeah, we'll actually have a poll out and see what you guys think. Salah for Son for a -4. I mean, that could still backfire. That's the way I see it. I think Salah, I know it's Chelsea, but he's fixture proof and yeah, I think he can still do well. But yeah, I do prefer Son this week. Would I take a -4? I'm not too sure, to be honest, because that's what's kind of putting me off. I think I might just make hits or take hits for other players instead. So Ronaldo to Antonio for a -4. I think it's worth it, to be honest. And you also spread the funds around and have much more to play with in Game Week 22 onwards. Graham for Martinelli or Foden in for Bernardo Silva. Foden is a COVID concern, actually, so I just get Graham for Martinelli. Tony over Dennis this game week. Yeah, if I had both, I'd start Tony. Foden and Broja out for Antonio and Gray for -8. Yeah, that looks good. Start Cancelo or Trent. Probably Cancelo, but yeah. Antonio for Malpai or Sufal for Alonso. Antonio for Malpai, definitely. Taking a West Ham defender worth for -8. I think, yeah, it's not a bad choice. I mean, the way I'm looking at it, and the reason why I might not go for their defenders, is because I think there are just better choices elsewhere. For Spurs, Wolves, for example. So I might not go there in the end. And also Brighton with Cucurella, Aston Villa with Cash. So yeah. So let's actually put a poll out, see what you lot are saying. I mean, I put a similar poll out actually yesterday. I put quite a lot of them out before the New Year's. So let's just keep this short and sweet. So best transfer, Douglas. Let's see, Douglas Luiz to Gray. All right, we'll get this done very soon. But yeah, try to finalize your transfers very soon, because yeah, you never know what can happen with the website. Obviously, just try to do it within the next half an hour or so. Best transfer, yeah, Douglas Luiz to Gray -4 hits, and if not, it'll be the same thing, or make another transfer as well. Let's see, so yeah, Douglas Luiz, Gray. Bear with me, and yeah, the lighting once again, Jesus. Yeah, don't worry. It's a bit weird. Also, captaincy poll. Yeah, I'll put a captaincy poll out very soon if you want. I mean, I put one on my channel, and over 70% said Bowen. So I think we kind of know who most people are going to go for. Antonio's maybe, arguably, the differential one in terms of the community online. Lineup? I haven't seen any lineups yet. Obviously, if there is one, then let me know. But yeah. Pick 2 to start: Eduardo against West Ham, Maddison against Everton, Jota against Chelsea. I'd definitely go for Maddison against Everton. Then it's a question of the other two, and I'd probably go for Jota still. Is Foden out? He's not completely confirmed out, but it is a possibility, to be honest. Yeah. Cover for Foden? I mean, I'm not sure. It's a possibility. Yeah. It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. All right. Douglas Luiz and I'm almost losing my train of thought here. Oh yeah, and James. Yeah. Let's just say Sufal. I'm guessing he's the kind of most popular option. All right, just bear with me a second. Almost done. It's kind of the longest poll I've ever written, probably. Best transfer yet. Thank you very much for the super chat, Amir. Much appreciated. Keller, good triple captain when Alisson is out. No, definitely not, mate. If I was triple captaining anyone this week, it would be Bowen or Antonio for sure. I wouldn't really try to overcomplicate that, but yeah, Keller. Yeah, Alisson is actually one of the players rumoured out to be out with COVID, and I think the other one might be Firmino. I'm not sure what's the case. It could be Fabinho. Who knows? You know, no one knows for sure. Imagine if it was Salah and people keep him. Jesus, that would break the game, really, wouldn't it? Will Livramento play? I believe so. The other day he wasn't in the squad because he had a liquid. He was basically, okay, that sounds a bit like weird out of context. Basically, that's literally the reason that was given, because he was treating an injury and basically he couldn't. I think he had like a liquid in his leg or something like that. But I think he will be available and he should start. I made transfers. If I use my free hit, my transfers will stay. My team go back to Gameweek 20. Yeah, exactly. It will go back to how it was in Gameweek 20. Yeah, I already answered that question about Foden having COVID, and it's not confirmed. Will Digne play in the double game week? I'm not sure. That's why I'm not really going for him, and also I don't trust Everton defence. Captain Salah or Antonio is definitely one of the West Ham players, or Antonio in your case. So yeah, I'm going to put a poll out right now. Best transfer, just to see what you guys think of this situation. Obviously, thank you very much for the super chat once again. You never walk alone, Anchor. Blimey, a sunny day there. Yeah, I need to sort out the blinds. It's just absolutely mad. Just a token of gratitude. Good luck. Thank you very much. It's obviously you're a legend. Thank you very much. You didn't have to. And yeah, good luck with Game Week 21. I'm going to probably sort the layout again. It's actually so annoying. Although obviously, who doesn't like the sunshine? So best transfer: Douglas Luiz to Gray for a -4 hit. Douglas Luiz and Salah and Gray. Oh yeah, I haven't even done that. Oh yeah, Douglas Luiz and Salah to Gray, and I put Salah again. Jesus, you see, I knew I put something wrong. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? All right, so I think it should be right now. Yeah, and by the way, they're already hits because I've already made a transfer, so that's why any extra transfers I make will be, it'll turn into a hit. So let me once again sort out this light because, yeah, it's just acting crazy right now. So I'll be back in a second. Apologies for the little delay. Alright, we're back. Hopefully no more lighting shenanigans. Obviously that's my fault, So let's see, what are you lot saying? So, wow, damn, already a lot of you are voting. So obviously thank you very much. Let's go through this. So sell Foden or Silva for Gray. I mean, normally I just say sell Silva, but who knows what's happening with Foden? Who knows? Triple West Ham for a hit. I think that's fine. For one hit is good, yeah. Who's your captain? It's Jared Bowen, and I'm probably going to make a transfer now, by the way. So most people are actually going with Douglas Luiz and Salah to Gray and Son, even. So that's quite interesting. So a lot of people actually think that Son is worth the additional hit, which is quite, it's quite bizarre, really, if we're being honest. Start Digne Double Gameweek or Dallo against Wolves or some. Well, I mean, yeah, if you have Digne, then I'd start him over the others for sure. But who knows if he's actually gonna, it'd be very frustrating if, for example, he came on for like 30 minutes or something in one game and he got you 1 point in a Double Gameweek. That would be very, very frustrating. Welcome, Aiden. My team, 2.8 million in the bank, 2 free transfers. What should I do? So yeah, I think what I would do for you, yeah, I'd get Antonio in. Possibly for Dennis. I mean, or Ronaldo. Yeah, I'd get Antonio in for one of those, and I think the rest is fine. You don't need to do anything else, but you could get Gray in for Martinelli. So that's the 2 transfers I would do for you. Get rid of Rudiger or Alonso. I think there's not really much to split them now, especially with Chill out for the rest of the season. I just think Rudiger's more nailed, but Alonso might have a bit more of a higher ceiling. So, maybe I'd say longer term, maybe I just prefer Rudiger just because of how nailed he is, but there's not much in it, if anything. Will Maddison play this week? I believe so. Obviously, it's not completely confirmed if he's going to be fully available, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Take a -12. Wow, wait, let me try to get this question up again. To sell Salah, Mount, Moura and Watkins to Son, Bowen, Antonio and Gray, or just take a -8 and keep Salah? I'd probably take a -8 and keep Salah, mate. Yeah. And Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Depends if you're free in Game Week 22, I think. Yeah, exactly. That's also another very good point. I'm probably looking to maybe play the bench boost if things calm down, but I'm still not convinced by that because, I mean, playing a bench boost when we've got a virus that can just cancel games out of nowhere, I just don't know. I'd rather maybe keep it for the end of the season. So I'm still in 2 minds about that. And as for the free hit, yeah, I'm open to the idea, but at the moment I think I could just, get away with not using it, to be honest. Son expensive. Yeah, but I think he is worth the price, though. I've got both Antonio and Bowen, Silva Foden in for Gray with 1 free transfer, or Silva Foden and James out for Gray and Super for a -4, targeting the Double Gameweek fixtures. Yeah, I think the free transfer is fine, to be honest, but it ultimately depends about Soufal. Do you like him long term? And also, which defenders do you want to cover? You've already got Trent, Cancelo, Dye and Livramento, but do you want to get someone like Reguilon? Do you want to get Cucurella, Cash? And if you do, then maybe it would make sense to avoid the hit and not get Soufal. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let me get the name up. Yes, Sabroscope, thank you very much. No message there, but obviously, if you've got any message, just type it in and I'll read it out. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Would you bench Rudiger? It depends who you would bench him for, but I don't think it's a bad idea this week to bench him. Gray or Doucouré? I prefer Gray, but Doucouré is also pretty decent. Would you transfer out Bernardo Silva or Foden? Once again, I'd transfer out Bernardo Silva, but Foden might have COVID, so who knows. Don't do a -12, lad. I did it and I've been worse off since. Yeah, I think a -4 or -8, can be very good. Obviously, -12s, it's difficult, isn't it? You'd want to avoid it if possible, basically. So yeah, most people saying get Son in and sell Salah. That is crazy, for a hit. Rather than, for example, get Soufal. So maybe a lot of people are a bit like me in terms of not trusting the West Ham defence or Everton or Brentford, which makes complete sense. Target versus Cash. I prefer Cash, but he is only 1 yellow card away from suspension. Thank you very much for the super chat once again, Sabroscope. Obviously, you didn't have to send another one in. Obviously, I just meant put a random message and then, I'll read out. But thank you very much. You're a legend, mate. Will Soufal start both games? I believe so. There is the odd possibility of, for example, in the second game, Johnson slotting in at right back, Masuaku being the left back. But I think Soufal will start both games. So that's my opinion. Hopefully that does happen. It'd be very frustrating for those who do bring in Soufal for a hit and he, gets benched in one of these games. But I think he'll start both. Should I take Digne or Keane? I mean, normally I'd say Digne, but because he's fallen out of favour with the manager, I'd probably go for Keane. Is Cucurella a good replacement for James? Definitely. No doubt about it. Happy New Year to you as well, the Flying Dutchman. Thank you very much. Should I make my transfers now? Yeah, I'd say so. I probably would. Johnson or Reguilon? I prefer Reguilon, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, not just looking at this week, I'm looking further ahead as well. Thank you very much, Simon, for the super chat. Obviously, thank you to everyone who's been doing it. You don't have to, but much appreciated. Happy New Year. Salah plus Wang to Gray, Decore, and Kane for a -4, or add Alonso to Dawson for a -8. Oof. The -8 would mean benching King. Thank you very much once again, Simon. I probably would just stick to the -4, but it's not bad taking an additional hit and getting Dawson, to be honest. But I really like those set of transfers for the -4. The -8 also looks good, but I think the -4 just makes sense. And you can play King. Even though maybe it's not the ideal pick this week, I think he can still do all right against Spurs. Thank you very much once again, Simon. Dawson instead of Soufal. A lot of people are going for him because of the added goal threat. He's more nailed as well in the team, but I still prefer Soufal, to be honest. Are you transferring Salah out? I'm not too sure yet. I mean, I've been thinking pretty much throughout the whole week that I'll just keep him and then sell him after ahead of Game Week 22. So just to make things clear, what I'm thinking actually doing is getting Gray in for a -4 potentially. There's the only problem though with this plan is my defence. I've got Trent, Cancelo, and then either Alonso or Livramento in my starting 11. Then next week take a -4 and get Son in for Salah, and then possibly get, let's say for example, Reguilon in for James. And then if I want to take another hit, I can get rid of Livramento for a Wolves defender, Cucurella, Cash, etc. So there's different areas I can go about it, or different ways I can go about it, but yeah, I'm not entirely decided on that. I mean, taking a -4 this week and then a -8 next week doesn't seem too bad. I might end up doing that. The only problem is that in terms of the defence this week, I'm very, very light, and I'm not really a big fan of playing Alonso or Livramento this week. And I've also got James who's injured. So yeah, I mean, I could always go for a West Ham defender as well, but I just don't know. I prefer those options I just talked about long term, so that's what kind of puts me off. Foden COVID news. Obviously, there's nothing that you probably haven't heard already. We just don't know yet. Will Cancelo start? I believe so. He's made himself available to be in the 11. Yeah, some people were showing hate to Dawson as well. Any defender for around 7 price except Cancelo? Around 7. I've seen some people mention Robertson, but the thing is, if you get Robertson in, for example, you've got Jota and Trent, it's going to make it difficult to get Salah back in. That's the reason why I'm not really a big fan of getting Robertson in right now. And obviously he's suspended, I think, still for this game against Chelsea. But yeah, in terms of defenders around 7 million, I mean, you'd be looking at the cheaper ones around 5 million. So Cash, Cucurella, and Reguilon, I think those are the best ones. Benching headache this week? Yeah, but you'd rather have the benching headache, than postponements leaving you kind of just absolutely depleted. That's really the thing you want to avoid. Yeah, no news about Foden. Who is your cup opponent? I think I'm out of the cup, actually. In terms of the Arsenal cup, I'm still in it. Start King or Livramento? I would start King, probably. Dennis, King, bench 1. I'd probably bench King, but it's 50-50. It's up to you who you go for. Cucurella versus Emerson Real versus Cash. I'd probably still go for Cash first, Cucurella second, Emerson third. I'd rather have Reguilon than Emerson. Liverpool have 5 players out. Yeah, it was 3 players in the first team yesterday. Probably more now. Yeah, Rania, I think Cancelo will start. Gallagher to Bone for a -4. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. No doubt about it. I don't know why I even thought about that. Triple captain on Bowen. I think it's a good opportunity. I won't go there myself, but I think it's good. Son or Kane? I prefer Son. My captain is Bowen. My captain's Bowen. Thoughts on KDB? I actually showed him the best wildcard team you can make right now, so here you go. If I was wildcarding, I'd make something like this. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. 0.2 million in the bank as well. Some people will have more money than me, so they will be able to make an even better team. Gray or Foden, Martinelli or Silva? Well, I'd say Gray, and I'd go for Martinelli, actually, yeah. Will Cancelo and Reguilon play? Yeah, I believe so. Reguilon only got taken off because of he was on a yellow card, pretty much. And will Dennis go to AFCON? Well, Watford announced that they are actually going to be keeping Dennis, and he won't be allowed to go to the AFCON Cup of Nations, despite the fact he wanted to go. Silver to Gray. Yeah, that looks good. Happy New Year. Thank you very much, Brandon. Happy New Year to you as well. And your birthday. Happy birthday as well. Jesus, what a day to celebrate. What about Luca Digne? I mean, the thing is, he's fallen out of favour, so it's difficult for me to really make a case for him. If you want to take a risk, go for it, but, it's a risk for a reason. Thoughts on Bernardo Silva? I got rid of him. I mean, I think he can still do really well against Arsenal. I think he's got a haul in him, but I just haven't liked what I've seen recently. Oh yeah, I'm not going to do it again. Gray over Bernardo. Yeah, definitely. I go for Gray over Bernardo. Best time to free hit, it's a team-dependent question. I think if you've got, Antonio Bowen right now and maybe Gray, you don't really need anyone else, if I'm being completely honest. And you can maybe free it in Game Week 22, Game Week 30, or in another double or blank Game Week. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot more doubles and blanks to come this season. So, honestly, it's going to be kind of open. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Jay. Thank you very much. Gray or Decore? I prefer Gray. Rafinha or Salah? Rafinha or Salah? I'd still start Salah this week if that's what you're asking, but in general, who do I prefer for the next 5 game weeks? It would be Rafinha. Triple Captain Bowen, yep, good opportunity. I'm not going for it myself, but I think it's a good opportunity. Same with Antonio. Diop or Dawson or Soufal? I prefer Soufal, but the other two are pretty good as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dawson scores a goal with all the hype surrounding him right now. Transfer made if I use free, yeah. Yorang, as I said before, I remember answering your question. The transfers won't stick. They won't stick. They'll be cancelled pretty much, and you'll go into the next week with the team you had before you activate the free hit. Get Tony or Antonio? I'd still rather have Antonio all day long. Look at the fixtures after for Brentford. They're poor. I'd go for Antonio. Calvert-Lewin in for Watkins, -8, worth it? I think it's a good hit, but Watkins is also a good choice. He's got a double potentially in 22, so I don't think you need to take the hit, basically. Why Johnson over Soufal? I think I said... Wait, I'm not sure who the other person mentioned in terms of the West Ham defenders, but for me, it's Soufal first, probably Johnson second, then it'd be Dawson or something like that. But honestly, there's not much in between all of them. Tony or Calvert-Lewin? For me, Calvert-Lewin. I'm going for Bowen captain, but I think Antonio's also good. Dallo a buy? If yes, then bench Dallo or ESR. Dallo's still a good player to have, but I would rather have De Gea to cover Man United defence. And let's actually check the poll out right now. So 43% of you have said take a -8, so make 2 more transfers and get Douglas Luiz and Salah out for Gray and Son. And then 30% of you say Douglas Luiz to Gray just for a -4. And then 27% of you say Douglas Luiz and James to Gray and Soufal for a -8. Thank you very much. Trying to get their name right. Zenez. Wait, I just butchered that, didn't I? Sorry, yeah. But thank you very much for the plug. And as he says, if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe for new. It's much appreciated. And we're trying to get to 9,000. We're almost there. And we're not too far off. And yeah, maybe we actually reached already. Who knows? I mean, I honestly not even been able to check. But thank you very much to everyone who's been tuning in today. We've had quite a lot of people watching for the whole time. And that's much appreciated. If you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe for new. It really helps out the channel. So, yeah, let's go back to the questions. Is Johnson nailed? Not completely nailed. No, he's not completely nailed. -12, I mean, during double game weeks, it's not necessarily the worst idea. But, yeah, -4, -8 is already, fine, I think. -12, bordering on excessive, probably already excessive. Who is the best Everton defender? Probably Keane. He's the most nailed. Bench King or Dallo? That's tough. Maybe King in that situation. Saka to Gray? Yeah, I'd do that. I'm doing a -8 for Dawson, Gray and DCL. Should I go for a -12 for Son? If you're getting rid of Salah for a -12 for Son, I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm facing a similar situation, but instead I'm getting rid of for a -8. I probably would say just stick to the -8, yeah. Best Everton defender? Yeah, Keane once again. Hi there, Dylan. Which one to bring to bench, please? King, Gundogan or Rafinha? I'd probably bench King. Let me double check that actually. Don't want to give you the wrong information there. Yeah, I'd bench King probably out of those 3. So I'm going to go now to my team. I think I'm just going to get Gray in. For Douglas Luiz, yeah, okay, that's already done. It's done, okay. And now let's sort out my team. I'm going to bring in Gray. Probably for Dennis. I don't learn my lesson, do I? But, here we go. I don't learn my lesson. So, as things stand, yeah, Dennis will be first on my bench, Livramento second, and James third. So, the only real problem for this week, in my opinion, in my team is my defence. So, that's why a West Ham defender actually does make sense to bring in. But let me know, should I get that West Ham defender or should I just leave it? And I'll end the poll now, by the way. So, thank you to the 389 of you, 392 of you who have voted. It keeps updating every few minutes. Any news on Foden City? Honestly, mate, there's no news that I know. Nothing. So we just have to wait until we see who's actually in the squad or not. Name your 2 best playing keepers for the whole season. I'd still say Ramsdale and probably Sanchez. But yeah, if I'm wildcarding right now, I'd be tempted to have De Gea and Sanchez. But that's really just a question of Ramsdale having 2 blanks in the next 5 game weeks, although there actually could be no blank in 25, and the Chelsea game goes into that slot. So therefore, Ramsdale only has 1 blank in the next 5-6 game weeks, which isn't too bad. But yeah, for me, Ramsdale is the best keeper right now, and I'd go for Sanchez. Bench Reguilon for Janssen. Yeah, I probably would, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Janssen yet. Someone says get Soufal, Adamia, so thank you very much. I am considering it, to be honest. Who's playing double in the next week? It's not confirmed yet, but I mean, I could actually bring up a graphic very soon just to make it clear for you. Thank you very much for the super chat, Averell. Much appreciated. Bernardo Silva and Foden to Gray and Son, or should I keep Foden and not get Son? Also, Soufal, Dawson. I prefer Soufal, but Dawson's still good. As for the other question you asked, I like those transfers. I think that's pretty good. Whether Foden is fit or not, I think if that's just for a -4, I think that's pretty fine, to be honest, because Son is just a better option than those City midfielders, and Foden might have COVID, but who knows if he does or not. You can keep Foden, but there is a risk that he's actually not going to be in the squad anyway. I'd honestly probably make all the transfers, mate, and I'd get Gray and Son in, and I'd also get Soufal instead of Dawson. So thank you very much for the super chat, Averell. Much appreciated. Bench Diaz or Dennis? I'd probably bench Diaz in that case. I'm not really... I'm a bit conflicted about that one, though. Bernardo or Rashford on the bench? Oof, that's a tough question. Probably Bernardo. Probably Rashford, but as you can tell, I'm 50-50 on that one. Keane or Janssen? I'd probably go for Keane because he could have a double in 22 as well. Salah will start against Chelsea. If he doesn't have COVID, then yes, I see no reason why not. Soufal or Reguilon? I prefer Reguilon long term. Decent. Dawson or Soufal? Soufal for me. Mbumo, yes, he might not play in the first game, but could play the second over Rudiger. Yeah, I think it makes sense, yeah. Rudiger's playing Liverpool after all. Fabianski good this game week? Yes, he is. Beyond that, I'm not really that sure. Thanks, Dylan, and apparently happy birthday. Thank you very much, and yeah, I was saying happy birthday to someone else. I remember someone the other day said happy birthday. I'm like, well, thank you very much, but it's not my birthday. But yeah, my birthday's in April anyway, so that's still quite a few months away. Triple Captain Bowen, yay or nah? For me, no, but I think it's a good option. Just to put it that way, there's always going to be great options throughout the season for the triple captaincy. Thank you, Kobe. Just woke up. Yeah, I mean, normally, I'm literally half asleep right now. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, I've gotten 4 or 5 hours sleep. It's crazy, but yeah. Would you take a -4 to do Watkins to DCL? If I had Watkins, I'd probably keep. If I'm being honest, because I think he might have a double in 22. He's got great fixtures, so yeah. Happy New Year to you as well, Kobe. Thank you very much. Cash or Soufal? I'd probably say Cash, looking long term. Thank you, Yurang, for becoming a member and upgrading to a captain. Much appreciated. What transfers are you making? I've already made 2, mate. So I've got Gray and Bowen in. And Bowen's my captain now. And the players I got rid of are Bernardo Silva and Douglas Luiz. So there you go. I might make one more transfer. For example, James out for Soufal or Johnson. I think the Johnson one makes sense because I can always bench Johnson in the future, even if West Ham have a postponed game or something like that. Then I can, in the coming weeks, I can get Reguilon, a Wolves defender, or Cash, or Cucurella, or whatever, for Alonso and Livramento, and I can also get Son in for Salah for a -8 next week. So I might consider that, actually. Either way, I'm probably going to be taking a -12, over the next 2 weeks. So a -4 this week, a -8 next week, or vice versa. So that's something I'm yet to, fully decide on. Start Dennis or Broja? I'd start Dennis, mate. Thank you, Cyril. Happy New Year to you as well. Diop, only 4.3 and nailed. Yeah, Diop is a good one, actually. He's the cheapest of the bunch. And yeah, I'm quite surprised he's that cheap, actually. I thought he's like 4.6. Will Cancelo play? I think he will. He's made himself available. And you would have understood if he wasn't available for this game. But yeah, Diop is a good option as well, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, Josh. I mean, I don't know. A lot of us are in a similar boat, to be honest, but still, this is slightly opening up the template and making it a bit more interesting. Hi, why are you going for Calvert-Lewin? I already got him in last week. I don't know why, to be honest. I just like the fixtures a lot for Calvert-Lewin. He should be back. He's going to be in the starting 11 most likely. And, when he was actually playing, he got 3 goals in 3 games. I know it was obviously a long time ago, but I really like Calvert-Lewin when he's fit. Obviously, do I prefer Watkins long term? Probably, but Calvert-Lewin is still a good choice. And, yeah, he's not someone I brought in this week anyway. Gray instead of Smith Rowe? Yeah, I would do that. Is Foden out? It's not confirmed, but there is a chance he has COVID, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I'm not sure if Foden is out, to be honest. Why Captain Bowen over Antonio form? Yeah, probably. What about your gut feeling? My gut feeling is that in the Norwich game, for example, Antonio could outscore him, but across the 2 games, I think Bowen is more likely to return in both of them. But also, you look at game week, even from game week 5 or game week 10, there's a huge difference. The first 3 game weeks, Antonio was on another level, but he's been pretty poor statistically and in terms of goal output for the last 10 game weeks, really. Triple Captain Bowen, it's a good idea, good opportunity, but I'm not going there. Crazy to captain DCL over West Ham, lads. I mean, it could be a really good differential, but I'd go for the West Ham players, honestly. I think the fixtures are better too. Yurang says, my free hit team. Suggestions? It's a good team, to be honest. And let me bring up the free hit team I made earlier on screen, just so you can kind of compare it to. Maybe your one might look a bit better. So, let's see. De Gea, Cancelo. Yeah, that makes sense. Keane, Soufal, Bowen, Gray, KDB, Son. Yeah, I think the KDB one's nice, yeah. You could also consider Kane up front instead, but yeah, that looks pretty good, Yurang. And as you can see, it's not that different actually from the team I made as well. Bench Cancelo for Region. Maybe, yeah. I always back Cancelo, that's the thing. So yeah, you know what? I'd just start Cancelo. Foden is out. Is that confirmed? Obviously, I've seen the rumours already, so yeah, I think most of us were aware of that. Let me check that. See if we can get anything. Oh yeah, the Football Intelligence Unit. I would not consider picking Phil Foden or Zinchenko today. Okay, yeah, I think he's quite reliable. Yeah. Yeah, they have COVID. Yeah, okay, so that's good that we got the news now. So Foden is out. Foden is out, it looks like. What's happened to Foden? Well, basically yesterday the news came out that he has COVID. Obviously not news anyway. Basically someone who knows someone who's a reliable source apparently said that Foden is out with COVID. So yeah, it looks like Foden is out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is quite difficult now. Yeah, let me go back to my team and I'll probably look to make a transfer. But obviously if I had enough money, I just do Foden out for Son, but I don't have enough money. I've got 0.3 million in the bank, unfortunately. So I think it's very important for me this week to basically, field an 11. I think I might actually just make an additional transfer. And yeah, for example, this is tough, because I can still keep Foden in for Game Week 22, basically. I mean, that's still an option, but there's quite a bit of a gap between Game Weeks 21 and 22. So if we look at when City play in Game Week 22, they play on the 15th of January. Foden should be clear by then to play. And he's facing Chelsea, though, in a single game week. So, honestly, it might be a good idea to get rid of him, to get rid of Foden. Oh, my God. Suddenly a minus 12 looks appealing. Oh, Jesus. So, imagine this. Getting Foden out for, let's say, Son. Oh, my God. But then I need another transfer. Oh, yeah, no, it would be too many transfers. I would be looking at minus 16. Okay, I have to forget about that, unfortunately. I'll probably just keep Foden. Yeah, I am thinking, though, of actually making a defender transfer now. Even though I'm not a big fan of West Ham or Everton or whatever, I actually might go for a Keane or a Soufal or something like that. So, yeah, good to know that Foden is out. Yeah, Foden is out. Bowen or Salah? Bowen, in terms of captaincy, Bowen has 2 games, Salah has 1. Salah doesn't really need 2 games anyway, but I'd still go for Bowen. Just realised I can go DCL, Gray and Johnson in for Dennis, James and Saka minus 8. Means getting rid of Dennis and all that money, though. Yeah, but that does look good, to be honest. That's a good set of transfers. Keep Foden. Look at fixtures after Chelsea. Yeah, true. Yeah, you should be fine by then anyway. That's true. Either way, my plan was to keep Foden regardless, but yeah, obviously you always overthink these things as a FPL manager. Davis or Emerson Real? Ooh, that is tough. Probably Davis, actually, but Emerson's also pretty decent. But I think they're quite similar in terms of goal threat and assist threat. I honestly prefer Region. Yeah, Foden out. Obviously, in terms of sources, well, now sources like, for example, Football Intelligence Unit, who are known for giving quite reliable leaks, and just everyone on Twitter, some people who said, reliable sources have said this and whatever. Obviously, we just don't know that yet. There's still a chance that he's fine, but I think it's pretty much true. He's quite a reliable source, the one I just mentioned, Football Intelligence Unit. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just trying to see if there's any other reliable sources as well, but yeah. The deadline is in 20 minutes, so just lock in your teams. I'm probably going to end up getting Sufal then. That's it. Jota has COVID. I'm not sure if Jota does. Apparently the Brazilians do, like, for example, Alisson, but I'm not too sure yet. Yeah, Foden is out, apparently. Good. Happy New Year to you as well, Clifford. Who to captain? Bowen or Antonio for me this week. Easy. I think a lot of people in the community are going for Bowen. Antonio should be considered, though. Best team suggestion for free hit. I already showed it. It's on screen, mate. It's on screen. There's a few changes you can make. You could get KDB in or Kane in for one of these players, potentially, and fix things around a little bit. But yeah, I'd go for something like this. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of the free hit this week, though, at least for my case. In my case. Start Watkins or Dallo? Oof. I'd go for Watkins, I think, yeah. Yeah, I'd go for Watkins. Mahrez, yeah, for free hit, I would consider him. Why not do a free hit? Just in my situation, it's because I would basically have only one free transfer next week anyway, and I would basically have all my transfers cancelled. I'd still have Douglas Luiz, I'd still have others, and I'm not really in a good position to attack Game Week 22, and I can't use another free hit next week if I wanted to do that. I don't want a wild card next week or be forced into it, so I think in my situation it just doesn't make sense to free hit. That doesn't mean, for others like yourself, it's not a bad idea at all. Start 2, Brozier, Dennis, Jota. I'd probably start Dennis and Jota, probably, yeah. Ward-Prowse over Smith-Rowe. Yeah, I think I can see why. He's been very good recently, Ward-Prowse. I think, yeah. What do you think of Nuri in place of James and De Gea in place of Mendy? Yeah, that looks good. And Bowen in place of Bernardo. They all look good. But then, all those transfers you're looking at -12 or -16. That's not ideal, to be honest. But yeah, and as for Nuri, he's only coming back from injury, so I don't want to wait a little bit. Really tempted to do DCL to Watkins, or the other way around, don't you mean? But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But Watkins is still a good option long term. Thank you very much, FPL Devil, for the shout. James to Alonso or Cancelo, Salah to Son -8. Yeah, James to Cancelo, definitely. No doubt about it. Get Cancelo in, Darren. And Salah to Son from -8 looks good, but you don't have to make that move this week. You can wait for next week in Game Week 22 when Son probably has a double game week, yeah. Views on Digne in, I think it's too risky personally, but he's still a good option, of course. But yeah, for me, it's too risky. So let's actually show you, just so you actually have an idea. So let's get this up. So, oh Jesus, what's happened here? Oh no, we've got a blank screen. Oh, 1 second. Don't know why that's happening, to be honest. Yeah, I have no idea why that's happening, actually. That is very weird. Anyway, we'll have to go back. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't know why. Yeah, I'll check that afterwards. But anyway, so in terms of the double game weeks, I'll probably have to zoom out, should I say now? Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to show you this for a second. Yeah, hectic morning, isn't it? Well, there's always going to be a hectic morning from now on, it looks like. Let's see. No, you still can't see enough of it. Yeah, this is a bit jarring, isn't it? What the hell is happening on screen anyway? Yeah, let me know what you think of these. I mean, a lot of you should go to Ben Krellin's Twitter and check them out. But yeah, play Cash or Jota. Oh, that is tough. I mean, I'd probably still go for Jota, I guess. Is Livramento available? I believe so. But once again, we'll just have to wait and see. He might still not start, to be honest. You know what? I'm just going to go back to my team. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason that Cena creator was bugging out. But yeah. Who to start, King or Dennis? Dennis for me. I always prefer Dennis. Maddison or Jota? I prefer Jota long term, but for this game week, Maddison. And he's still a bit of a doubt this week. Dennis versus Tottenham or Martinelli versus City? Dennis. I did a -8 because I couldn't afford James to Cancelo. Fair enough. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Sufal or Dawson? Sufal for me, but Dawson's still good. Sell Ronaldo to get both DCL and Tony for a hit. It's not a bad idea, actually, and you're taking advantage of this double game week, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Tony long term. I do like DCL, though, beyond this game week, but Tony, not so sure. How many double game week players do you need minimum? Just 2, really, and it's Bowen and Antonio. They're the only ones you need, I think. The rest you can do without. I've got 4 of them, so I've got Gray, Calvert-Lewin. Well, let's actually refresh this. So I've got Gray, Calvert-Lewin, and the 2 West Ham attackers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, Foden is out with COVID, by the way, so I'll still have him in the starting 11 just in case, but it looks like he's going to be out. And either way, yeah, I'm probably still thinking about that last minute switch, a -4, an extra -4 to get Soufal or another West Ham defender. Sell Bernardo or Smith Rowe for Bowen? That's a good question. I'd probably sell Smith Rowe. Yeah, and keep Bernardo for this week and then maybe sell him next week. Should I sell Bernardo? Yeah, same as I said before. I'd probably sell Smith Rowe this week and then next week Bernardo Silva. Calvert-Lewin or Watkins to Lacazette? I'd rather have Watkins long term, to be honest, but Calvert-Lewin's also good. Foden out confirmed. Yep, he is out. Bowen or Antonio captain? I would go for Bowen, but I like both. Are Maddison and Livramento starting? I believe so, but there is still a chance that they're going to be on the bench. Now Gray instead of Foden and keep Smith Rowe because every second we change our actions. Yeah, pretty much, to be honest. Is a -8 worth it to transfer out Bernardo, Gallagher and James to Sterling, Gray and Soufal? Yes, I think it is worth it. But then again with Sterling, I mean, if you don't have Son, for example, Drago, you could just go for him instead. Is Sterling starting? I believe so. He's got a good record against Arsenal as well, especially at the Emirates. Fabianski versus Pickford. I'd probably prefer Fabianski, but I'm not a big fan of either, to be honest. Salah out for Son, yes, but you could just do that next week. Fabianski good this game week, yes. Start one, King, Diaz or Bernardo. I'd probably start Bernardo actually this week. Diaz is also, you know, quite has a decent chance of a clean sheet basically. Bring in Soufal, Dawson for James, Gray for Gallagher or DCL for Laka. I'd do DCL in for Laka and Gray for Gallagher if you can, Ismail. Maybe make those 2 transfers. Cheers, mate. Took a -8 to bring in Cancelo, Bowen and Gray. Make or break week. Yeah, that looks pretty good though, to be honest. And yeah, bringing Cancelo is not a bad idea. The only problem is if he's on the bench because of what happened the other day, or should I say yesterday. Hold Salah this game week and sell him next week? I think so. With everything that's going on, I think that's what I'm leaning towards, to be honest, yeah. I've had to use my wildcard. My 6 players were in postponed matches. Yeah, the only thing is that there could be further postponements. That's the only bad thing. So, I talked about this yesterday. I'm not a huge fan of wildcarding now, but obviously everyone's in a different situation. So, yeah, I can see why, to be honest. Hayden, should I use my bench boost? I probably wouldn't, to be honest. There could be more cancellations as well. Game week 22, there's probably more doubles, and also the situation might have calmed down a little bit. That's where I'd be a bit more tempted to bench boost, but not right now, personally. But that's a good bench. You know, if you are confident about the games going ahead and in your team, then go for it. Gray fitness out, I mean, there is, but you know, I think he's been in training for several days now, and he should be in contention to start. I think he will be starting. Same with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but you know, who knows? Sell Bernardo or Foden? Well, because Foden is out, I'd say Foden now because it's kind of confirmed, really. But I'd sell Bernardo in the next few weeks to come, to be honest. Yeah. Sell Foden to Son for a hit? Yeah, I'd do that, to be honest. If I could do that, I probably would. Foden out, yeah. Captain pick, it's Bowen or Antonio for me, and I'd probably do it in that order. But Antonio's very tempting as well. Did score 4 goals against Norwich a few years ago. Will Hammer's defenders provide clean sheet this week? I think they might provide 1 clean sheet. I'm not sure about 2. I think Palace will score, for example. But in the Norwich game, I could see a clean sheet. So that's why I am a bit tempted to even take a -4, an extra -4 for Soufal. Let's see. Another poll. Foden not playing, yeah, he's out with COVID pretty much. He's going to be out. I've just got him in my starting 11 just in case. But yeah. Not going to do a free hit. Everton doesn't convince me. We'll do -8. Yeah, and also, once again, you know, you're going to be going into Game Week 22 with players from Game Week 20. So in my case, it would be Douglas Luiz, for example, and I just don't want him. So I think it just makes sense to, yeah, just take hits if possible. A free hit can still be good, but I think in most cases it makes sense to just take hits. Is Martinelli starting? I believe so, Callum. Is Gundogan good? When he does start, he is good, and he is still a good choice overall, but I think there are better options elsewhere, including Foden when he's fit, and right now it looks like he's out with COVID. Son and Gray in for Mount and Foden? Yes, Akraf, I think that's good. Transferred in Gray for Odegaard, good move? Definitely, good move. Are you captaining and vice-captaining from the same game? I mean, I'm not a big fan of that. I might just vice-captain Calvert-Lewin, to be honest, to change it, but yeah. Gray or Decore? I prefer Gray. Start Bernardo or Dennis? I would probably start Bernardo, actually. Watkins to Antonio or James to Soufal, both for a minus. I definitely do, well, I don't know about definitely, but I think Watkins to Antonio makes sense. And yeah, the other one is just a luxury transfer, I guess. But either way, James is out for time. So yeah, do both, I think. Why not James to Diaz? I mean, that's not a bad idea as well, but there's no double in 22, and yeah, I mean, I can still spread the money around a little bit more by not having Diaz, but he's still a good option. Gray or DCL? I think DCL, yeah. Not having Kane, I mean, I just don't think Kane's necessary this week, especially with all the double game weeks. Foden to Mahrez, yeah, I mean, no, he's going AFCON after this. No. Forget about Mahrez, like I talked about in my transfer tips video. I almost fell for that myself. Should I play Cancelo or Dennis for Foden? Cancelo. Rafinha, Doucouré or Maddison? I would go for Rafinha or Maddison, I think, are my favourites, and I'd probably say Maddison in general right now. Arnold or Alonso on the bench? I'd rather have Arnold starting, so Alonso would be on the bench out of those two. I didn't see your question, FPL Devil. Who is your captain? My captain is Bowen. Let's see, so let's keep this simple. Alright. Gray or Rafinha? I think right now you'd probably say Gray, yeah. Because of the double and a potential double in 22. Mahrez is going AFCON. Algeria are the reigning champions. They've got some games, I think, around, let me check, but basically mid-January. But yeah, Mahrez is not going to be available. So he's only an option really for the Arsenal game. That's why I talked about him in the transfer tips video and said he's just not worth bringing in right now. Region or Broja? I'd start Region. Time to sell Smith Rowe. I mean, he's still a good option, but I'd probably sell him. Took out James Bernardo for Dawson Bowen, and would you then take a -8 to bring in DCL? I think those are good transfers, and yeah, DCL could be another good hit, but not necessary once again. Till now, no news about Foden in fantasy website. The fantasy website won't really tell you this. You know, the ones that are saying it are on Twitter, and they're, you know, just in the nose really, or they have sources in the club or something like that. But yeah, who to captain? Bowen or Antonio really? Foden to Gundogan or Gray? I would go to Gray. Hey mate, Foden to Bowen, Saka or Gundogan? Oh, Bowen all day long. He's got a double as well. Dennis isn't going AFCON. Yeah, he isn't going African Cup of Nations. Sterling or Rafinha for Foden? I'd probably go for Rafinha actually. Yeah. Hi Dylan, good to be here again and wish you Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. This week I'm planning to do James and Gallagher to Cucurella and Gray for a -4, but Soufal looks good at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. I don't really trust West Ham that much, but I think they'll keep one clean sheet this game week. But yeah, I definitely like the other move. I think that makes sense. And Cucurella, I mean, do I prefer him over Soufal? Probably, but I think it does make sense to get in Soufal this week. A -4, -8 is acceptable this week, as many hits will be happening. Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's not ideal anyway. You don't want to take too many hits, but I think it's not too bad. Bernardo to Gray for -4, yeah. What happened with Foden? He's got COVID. No Foden for City today, yeah. Play Broja or Tierney? I'd play Broja probably out of those two. Broja or Alonso? Probably Broja. Is it wise to triple captain Bowen? I think it's a good opportunity, a good decision, but there will be more in the future as well, so you don't have to. Bench Gallagher or Grealish, assuming they both play? I would probably bench Grealish anyway, but yeah. Dennis versus Jota for bench. I'd probably bench Dennis out of the two. Who will you get Soufal for? It would be for Reece James, yeah. Pickford over De Gea? I'd rather have De Gea. Rank 62k at the moment. Well, it's a good rank. You can obviously improve on that as well. It's a good rank. Benrahma is a differential. Benrahma's only going to play one of them. He's going to the African Cup of Nations as well, so I wouldn't go for him over Bowen. Shall I bench Gallagher or King? I would bench King, but it's tough. Keep Tony or -4 to DCL. Just keep Tony because he has a double. Would you start Bernardo or King? I'd start Bernardo. Start Lacazette or Dennis. Start Jota or Dallo? Jota. Start Dennis or Broja or Alonso? I'd start Dennis probably. Alonso or Dallo on the bench? I'd probably bench Alonso this week. Bench Tierney or Jota? I'd bench Tierney. Start Gray or Dennis? I would start Gray. Of course, he's got a double. DC or Antonio? Antonio. Yeah, so we've got 5 minutes left for the deadline. I've answered some of these questions already, so thank you very much for everyone who's been sending in the questions. I think in the end, yeah, I think I'll stick with Bowen. Vice captain from a different I mean, it does make sense, but what is the likelihood of both games being cancelled, I think, for West Ham or Everton or Brentford? But yeah, I think I'll just do captain Bowen, vice-captain Antonio. Not too many times will I be captaining and vice-captaining someone from the same team. Still tempted by that last-minute move for an extra hit, for a West Ham defender, but yeah. Start King, Livramento, Lamptey. I'd maybe go for Lamptey this week, yeah. Bench Martinelli or Dennis? I'd bench Martinelli. Thank you very much, Sanel. Much appreciated. Hopefully I pronounced that right, by the way. Start Jota or King? I'd start Jota. Broja or Smith Rowe bench? I would bench Smith Rowe, actually. Risk Foden start or Dennis? I mean, you can just start him anyway because he's going to be in the team or not, and I think he's out anyway, so you can just start Foden. Give me rent. Yeah, those memes are just gold, man. Who should I take out, or should I take out for DCL? Dennis or Watkins? You don't really need to take out either, to be honest. But if you really want to, I'd probably take out Dennis. But at the same time, he's probably going to have a double in Game Week 22. He's got good fixtures as well. I mean, nah, you know what? I probably wouldn't take out either. Ideal time for second wildcard, probably after Game Week 30, and use it, you basically use it and link another chit, for example, the bench boost in Game Week 35, for example. There could be a double there, but who knows? There's going to be more doubles and blanks and all of that, so it's difficult for me to say right now. Play Mount or Cucurella? I'd probably play Cucurella, yeah. Mahrez or Maddison start? I wouldn't want to bench either, to be honest, but I'd probably start Mahrez, yeah. How many hits have you taken? I've taken a -4, only a -4. I've brought in Gray and Jared Bowen. I'm actually thinking about taking an additional hit for a West Ham defender because I'm not really a huge fan of Alonso, Trent and Cancelo. You know what? I'm just going to make a last-minute transfer. Hopefully the site doesn't crash now, but you know what? I wouldn't be too surprised if it does. So let's go to West Ham. I mean, a lot of people are looking at Dawson actually right now. Let me actually check this guy's returns. So, yeah, he's quite explosive, isn't he, sometimes? But, yeah, this season, the returns haven't been great for Dawson, but the same can be said for Soufal. So, I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of West Ham defenders, to be honest. Ben Johnson might make the most sense because he's just bench fodder as well afterwards. He had this little nice period from Game Week 8 up until Game Week 10, but that's only really 3 game weeks we're talking about. Good fixtures, though, for West Ham. That's what I really like about them. Yeah, for me, it's Johnson or Soufal coming in, and I'm still a bit torn about that. So, yeah, only 2 minutes left for the deadline. Jesus, this has gone so quickly. Start Jota or Bernardo? I'd probably start Jota, but it's quite tight between them. Start Watkins or King? I'd start Watkins. Dennis or Mount? I'd start Dennis this week. Is Region a good pick? Of course he is. Of course he is. Some people asking questions. Tell them to like the video as well. You're doing great. Thank you very much, Joachim. Much appreciated. Have a good day as well. Happy New Year. Gaito or Ramsdale? I prefer Ramsdale in general, to be honest, so I'd stick with him. You know what? I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to go for Soufal, and yeah, pretty much. I mean, Kreza would be the one I'd go for, but he's just not available. So I'm just going to check Soufal once again. I could regret this, to be honest. I really could regret this. It's good for this week, but I'm not really that sure of Game Week 22, especially if I'm looking to bench boost, because I could theoretically bench boost next week if things calm down. Then I'd have 3 single Game Week players: Soufal, Bowen, Antonio. Yeah, it's not ideal, to be honest. It's not ideal. Then, yeah, the plan would be to get Son in for Salah next week in Game Week 22 and possibly Reguilon in for Livramento and bench boost that team. But, yeah, I don't know. It's still something doesn't sit right with me with Soufal. I don't know, or West Ham players in general, in terms of the defence, because I could get someone like a Wolves defender who might have a double game week, or Cucurella or Cash. I think that actually might be better. But, yeah. You're not taking out Foden? No, because I can just bench him this week, and yeah, to be honest, it's not really that much of a bad thing. Yeah, 1 minute left, yeah. It's just a last-minute decision, really. It's just, I know I'll benefit from this transfer this week, but is it going to be a good transfer in the long term? That's a different story, to be honest. Yeah. Well, the deadline has passed anyway. Yeah, no, it's too late anyway to make this transfer. I'll just leave it. I think it's... You know what, I might regret it, but either way. Yeah, don't go for it. Yeah, in the end, I didn't. I had my finger on the button, but in the end, I didn't. If you make a transfer, need to hurry up. Yeah, it's already done anyway. The deadline has passed. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in. And yeah, we are locked in. So the way I'm looking like right now, De Gea in goal, Cancelo, Alonso and Trent as my defenders, Salah, Bowen captain, Jota, Foden, Gray in the midfield, Calvert-Lewin and Antonio up front. And on the bench, I've got Ramsdale, Dennis, Livramento and Reece James. And the plan from now on will probably be getting Heung-min Son in for Salah and then making 2 defender transfers next week if I'm looking to bench boost. And that'll be Reguilon in for Reece James, maybe another Spurs defender as well, and maybe Matty Cash or another Wolves defender or Cucurella, for example, in for Livramento actually. I'll keep Marcos Alonso. And if I do that, I'll bench boost. Otherwise, it'll just be a -4 and I'll then just set up my team accordingly. But I think a bench boost next week could be good if, COVID isn't such an issue in a few weeks' time, which hopefully it isn't, but we'll just have to wait and see. I've taken the plunge. I've decided not to get in a West Ham defender this week. I just wasn't really convinced by any of them, but I think they will get 1 clean sheet this week, and they'll probably do pretty decent. But yeah, hopefully we've answered as many questions as possible. Sufal Reguilon for me, Reguilon. Cancelo not in the squad. Are you serious? Oh, wow. That is crazy. Foden 8 playing, yeah, I know about that. I'm not sure about the Cancelo news though. Let me know if that is true, by the way, about Cancelo. If that is the case, then I think a West Ham player. Let's see. So apparently Jesus keeps his place. Rodri is back. So yeah, I haven't seen anything about Cancelo not being there. And Zinchenko is out, so I think Cancelo starts. Yeah, I think that's not really an issue. So I've taken a -4 in the end, getting in Bowen and Damari Gray. I think it's probably the best thing I could have done this week. I took a -8. Yeah, are you still in the cup? No, I'm in the Arsenal Cup. I'm not in the normal cup, I believe. Yeah, a lot of -8s and -12. It's New Year, so I hope it goes well. Yeah, hopefully. That's the idea. That's the aim. Diaz, Cancelo, Dyer, Trent, Tsimikas. Choose 3. I mean, the deadline has passed, but I'd say Cancelo, Trent, and I'd probably go for Dyer. Thanks for all your advice and Happy New Year. Thank you, Darren, and Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, Michaelenko just signed a contract with Everton. Yeah, I mentioned that, I don't know when, but early on in the stream. Obviously, that was a long time ago. Did he take a -4? Yep, I took a -4. Cancelo will play. Yeah, I believe so. Trippier to Newcastle. Yeah, that's actually... I saw him, he was linked to Chelsea as well, actually, because of their fullback problems, but that's a good move for Newcastle. Cancelo is in the squad, yeah. Cancelo to start, yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, facial injury. Foden is not playing this game week. No, he's out with COVID, it looks like. Time to make predictions for all the games this game week, is it? Yeah, maybe. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Mourinho. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry about this poll. So thank you to the 356 of you who voted in this one as well. I'm in 69k overall, lucky number, I guess. Yeah, but you still probably want to push up a little bit more, but yeah, it's not a bad number. Watching Jesus Hall would be a tough watch. Yeah, but long term, I just don't think he's really that good of an option, to be honest. And thank you to everyone once again for tuning in. If you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, it's just been a crazy deadline stream once again, but we've managed to wake up around 8 a.m. here and then start the stream around 9:30, but we're done. Did you take Bowen? Yeah, I brought him in this week and he's my captain. Cancelo got mugged, yeah, him and his family, unfortunately. I'm so nervous with no Son or Kane. Yeah, I mean, that's also another bad thing about my team, potentially no Son or Kane, but you know what? The team doesn't look too bad this week, and I'm bringing in Son next week, regardless, for Mohamed Salah, and I'll also be bringing in Reguilon potentially in the defence. So, and yeah, another thing that put me off the triple up in West Ham is just triple ups. I don't want triple ups if possible. I want to avoid them and just balance things out a little bit, but yeah. Thank you very much, Zulu. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kobe. Ended up doing Foden to Gray for a -4, mainly because I want to cover for Everton. Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's fine. And Gray, should I say Foden is out, so that makes sense. No Saka. Well, I think Saka is available to play, but I mean, I'm not looking to bring in Saka right now. I don't think it makes sense. Walker right back and left back Sterling. No, I think it'll be Cancelo as well. Let's see, what else have we missed? Thanks for everything in 2021, Dylan. Quality streams and very enjoyable. Best wishes for 2022. Thank you, Cyril, for always tuning in, and the best of luck for you as well and your family this year. And hopefully it's an even better year. Hopefully, that is the aim. Got Dawson in the end, was between him and Johnson like Sufal, because if I'm getting a defender I don't trust too much, may as well get the most attacking. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Sufal would have been my preference, I think, then Johnson, then Dawson, but most people are preferring Dawson actually in the community, I see. Ronaldo post on Insta. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Probably about the rumours about him being unhappy at United, probably. I'm not sure though. I took out Jesus for Watkins. Good transfer? I think so. Jesus might do well this week, but trust me, you've made the right decision long term. Happy New Year to you as well, Wiru. Happy New Year. Is there a specific reason you captain Bowen over Antonio? Just as a midfielder, more points for scoring a goal and a clean sheet. And also just, he's been much better throughout most of the season, really. Antonio was better for the first 3 game weeks, but since then, Bowen's been much better. Can't believe Foden doesn't start. Yeah, he's not in the squad, really. Foden, Gundogan, Pukki to Bowen, Gray, Antonio for -8 thoughts. I think that looks good, mate. I would have done the same thing in your situation, probably. Thank you, Jay. Thank you once again. What happens if the West Ham games get called off? Well, let's say, for example, the Norwich game gets called off, then it will not be a double game week anymore. So, yeah, and we'll probably regret captaining Bowen or tripling up on West Ham or whatever. But, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. Man City will not keep a clean sheet today. I wouldn't mind that because I want Arsenal to win, but, yeah, realistically, City will win by 3 or 4. Wanted DCL, but don't want to take out Salah for a -8, so I didn't do that. Yeah, exactly. I was also in a similar situation. I decided to keep Salah and not take him out for a -8. Yeah, no Foden. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Thank you, FPL Devil. I should have started Foden or Jota. Doesn't matter because Foden will probably not be in the squad anyway, based on reports, and Jota will come in for you. But I would have started probably, in normal circumstances, Foden, but right now it will be Jota. I sold Salah, Foden, Mount, Ambrosia to Son, Gray, Bone and Antonio. That looks good, Sudhindra. Ake left back. Yeah, true. That is also another possibility. Yeah, I mean, there is a chance that Cancelo doesn't start, but we'll wait and see, Sterling starts. I think he does, yeah. I use my free hit this week. Will this be a problem for me? It might be a problem for you next week because you're going to be going into Game Week 22 with players you had before you activate the free hit. So you're going to you have to make those transfers again, basically. So Sterling starts. Who knows? But I think so. Yeah, I think Sterling will start. Edouard for Crystal Palace. I think he's a decent option. I mean, I'm surprised by how well he did against Norwich. But then when you look at how depleted Norwich are, it obviously makes sense now. But we just didn't know that back then. I was hoping you'd go for Sufa in the end because I did. And normally I didn't hesitate to make transfers whenever there's a double game week. Always pays off, even with defenders. Yeah, it does. But I was also thinking of Game Week 22 where potentially I can start to bring in these defenders like Cody, like Cucurella, Cash, Reguilon, who I prefer long-term than West Ham. They've only kept 4 clean sheets this season. Obviously, I'm not trying to put anyone off or, make people doubt their own decisions, but I'm just explaining my own viewpoint. Yeah, that's the reason why I've kind of just decided not to do it in the end. Took a -12, but had to be done. Yeah, I mean, let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, isn't Foden out this week? He is. I just have him in my starting 11 just in case. Dennis will come on regardless, so it's not really a big issue. Dennis saving me off the bench, who, I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. Thanks for all your streams and videos for last year. Really helpful. Well done for your efforts. Come on, you Gunners. Can't wait to get battered. No, there's hoping otherwise. Yeah, obviously, hopefully we don't get battered. Happy New Year to you as well, Marco. And yeah, hopefully 2022 is even better, especially for Arsenal, who were improving in 2021. But let's wait and see. Took a pun on Southcheck. Wow. I mean, I remember in the double game week last season, he did very well. Well, actually, no. He did really poorly, but in the following game week when everyone sold him, I think it was game week 21 actually, he did very well. So we'll wait and see. Good luck for 2022, Dylan. Hope you have an amazing year ahead. Thank you, Sudhindra. Likewise to you and your family. Thank you very much. Were you transferring Arsenal players in some next fixtures? Probably not. As I said before, I'm probably looking to bring in Son for Salah, Reguilon in for James, and maybe if I bench boost, I'll bring in one of those defenders I said for Livramento and bench boost. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Is Dawson nailed? Probably the most nailed West Ham defender right now. Triple Captain Bowen, let's go. Good luck, mate. Hopefully that goes well. Antonio has the penalty, and I think that was an easy call. Fair enough. I think he could do really well against Norwich. That's the one where maybe I'll regret not captaining him. He was my original captain before I brought Bowen in. I put Lacazette ahead of Dallo and Alonso on the bench. Yeah, fair enough. I probably would have put Dallo ahead, but, Lacazette is good in big games. That's what I would say. Was Foden to Son and Lacazette to Antonio for a -4? Yeah, that's good. I think that's good, Alvin, and you can always get rid of Salah next week. Took a -4 for Keane, sold Lukaku after he has helped me recently for Antonio. Yep, that looks good, Adam, as well. I think it's the right time to get off Lukaku. Thanks, Dylan, for all your 2021 content. Looking forward to 2022 content. Thank you, Emofon. Well, I'll call you Ocon. I think that's, yeah. I'll probably keep butchering the first name, so obviously apologies for that. And thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well. Brought Johnson as a panic buy, but hopefully he plays. He should play. He might not play both of them, but I think he will definitely start one of them for sure. Good luck for this week and Happy New Year. Same with you, Hazik, as Pep Guardiola says. Happy New Year. That was a dumb voice, by the way. I took out Jesus, Brownhill and Reese for -8, and I'm transferred in Gray, Dawson and Watkins. W? I think so, yeah. Watkins is mainly, after this game week more than anything, so... Oh yeah, the deadline, it can catch people out. New Year's, most people are probably having a hangover or just still sleeping. I'll probably sleep after the stream, to be honest. Bro, you're really Argentinian? Yeah, I know. I may not look it, but I've got dual nationality, and yeah, my family are from Argentina. Yeah. Took a -8 and brought in Son, Gray, and Antonio. That looks good. Yeah, looks all good. I don't think we need West Ham defenders long term. Yeah, I like them for this week. I think, whether you got, or should I say, if you took a hit or made a free transfer for a West Ham defender this week, it makes sense and you will get something out of it. But I'm looking long term and I prefer other ones. Cucurella, Cash, Region, Cody, other Wolves defenders. So that's why I've kind of just calmed down. Happy New Year to you, Dylan. Happy New Year to you as well, Chu. Thank you very much for always tuning in. Lacazette ahead of Dallo and Alonso on the bench. Yeah, I mean, once again, I would have put Dallo first, but it doesn't really matter. Surely Rice has the pens over Antonio. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about the situation, but yeah, I mean, it's between those two, basically. Play Watkins or Dennis. I would have played Watkins this week, actually. Yeah, I'll put some score predictions very soon. Went for Broja to DCL for a hit instead of Foden to Son for a hit. Yeah, that makes sense, to be honest. I think you can always just keep Foden now, and he's a good option in the future. He should be fine for Game Week 22. What happened with Foden? He's got COVID. He's just in my starting 11 just in case, but I expect Dennis to come on, really. -8 for DCL, Bowen, and Pickford. Yeah, that looks good, John. That's a good set of transfers. Pickford, obviously, he's really good for this week. I'm not sure about afterwards, but if he has a double in 22, you're well set. Alonso over Livramento. Yeah, I mean, that's what I ended up doing. I mean, maybe it doesn't really make sense. I mean, Livramento has the better fixture, but in the end, I went with Alonso. And yeah, that's the weakness in my team, Alonso, but I just didn't really want to get a West Ham defender because I think long-term I'll benefit from making other moves. Let's wait and see what happens, though. Happy New Year. Did Salah to KDB as had Son? Yeah, I think that's a good move as well. If I had Son and I was looking to get rid of Salah, it would probably be for KDB as well. Thank you, John. Much appreciated. Thank you, Steve. Foden or Benrahma? I still prefer Foden. Obviously, he's going to miss out this week, so Benrahma's better this week. But in general, Benrahma's going to the African Cup of Nations ahead of their second game against Norwich in Game Week 21. Did he take any hits? Yes, I took a -4 for Gray and Bowen. I posted a vid on FPL and I got 225 views in 16 hours. Obviously, keep at it, analysing FPL. Trust me, there were times where I was struggling to even get 100 views after a day or whatever. So yeah, you got to be very consistent. And either way, obviously it's still tough. I've still got a long way to go, regardless. Will Cancelo play today? Yes, I believe so, but there is a chance it'll be Ake and also Walker. Odds on Liverpool versus Chelsea to be postponed. It is actually quite likely, and if that's the case, I'm in the mud because I've got Alonso, Trent, Salah, Jota, and James, who's missing out anyway. So I would definitely be down quite significantly. So I hope that game does go ahead. The game is tomorrow, and there could be more COVID cases at Liverpool, and that game gets called off. And it's a nightmare. So anyone who does free hit might actually benefit from that if you kind of avoid that game. But yeah, in terms of predictions, Arsenal City, I think City will win by at least 2. I think it is at the Emirates, and the scores there tend to be a bit closer, but I think 3-1 City here. And I said the same for the Etihad fixture, and they ended up winning 5-0. So yeah, I'll go 3-1 City. I wouldn't be surprised with a 2-0 or something like that, or even a 1-0, but I think City win regardless. So I'll just go for 3-1. Watford Spurs, I think it could be quite an interesting game. I'll go 2-1 Spurs. I think Watford might make things difficult. They're good going forward, but they're also bad defensively. I'll go for 2-1 Spurs. Crystal Palace West Ham. This is a difficult one. I think this could be a draw. It could be really tight. Palace could even sneak it. It's a London derby. Anything can happen. I would probably go for maybe a draw, actually. I might go for like a 1-1. Brentford against Villa, that's another one which I'm not too sure about. I might go for like a 2-0 Villa or something like that, or a 1-0. I'll go 2-0 Villa. Everton Brighton, that's an interesting one. I'd maybe go 2-1 Everton. I'll actually back them this time. Leeds versus Burnley, that's tough. Both teams have been very poor this season. I'd probably go for a Leeds win. You know what, let's go for a 3-2 Leeds Burnley win. I mean, I don't know why I said that, but Chelsea Liverpool, oof. I think with the problems Liverpool have, I might go for a draw. Yeah, I might go for a 1-1 here. Man United Wolves, that's where I'd probably go for a standard United win. I don't think it'll be easy, but I'd go for 2-1 again. Maybe a lot of 2-1s. It's the most popular, football score. Southampton Brentford, I think I would go for a 1-2 2-2, actually. Let's go for 2-2 Southampton-Brentford. Everton-Leicester. Now, that's interesting. Oof, who do we go for here? That's the one I'm not sure about. West Ham-Norwich, I'll keep that simple. I'll probably, as things stand, I'd go for a 3-0 West Ham. Yeah, 3-0 West Ham. And as for Everton-Leicester, I'd probably go for... Oh, because Leicester have some players missing. I think Daka is missing, he's injured. Then you've got Iheanacho going to the African Cup of Nations. Vardy's got injury problems. So that's not an easy one. I might go for a draw there. I might go for a 1-1. Yeah, we'll go for a 1-1, something like that. So quite a few draws here this week based on my predictions. Who knows? I'm not too sure about some of these. Check out the price drop lists. Okay, lad, okay. Let's try to see. I'm trying to see why this was bugging out earlier. So let's refresh the page and let's get... Yeah, I don't know why this is happening actually. Yeah. I probably effed up on something actually. Yeah, so that's my bad. Because let's just do this. 1 second. I'll try to get this... Stats cap, what the hell? Yeah, I'm trying to see what happened there. I think something's gone wrong in the OBS because I had everything set up, but anyway, not to worry, we'll go here. And in terms of price rises, Bowen is at 349. How has he not gone up? What the... That is crazy. Antonio, Gray, Soufal, Calvert-Lewin, De Bruyne, Cancelo, Cucurella, Diaz all going up. Fabianski's on the verge of going up. He probably will. Tsimikas, Bachmann. Well, Bachmann's gone down a little bit. But yeah, Tierney, Cash, Keane. Yeah, there's so many players that are on the verge of going up. But either way, yeah, most of the transfers have already been done for the West Ham and Everton assets. But yeah, those are pretty much it. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in OBS. I'll try to fix that afterwards. Apologies for that. Obviously, it's been a bit of a hectic stream. Obviously, we had the lying issues earlier as well, but yeah, we're all good, and here we go. So yeah, those are the fixtures for this week. Hopefully we're treated to some great football. Hopefully no postponements, but Liverpool versus Chelsea, I've got a few doubts about that one actually. It's not looking too good if we're being completely honest, but yeah, the deadline has passed already. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in already. I'll go through some last questions before wrapping up. Is Walker finally back to match fitness for City? I believe so, John. Yep. I have Reguilon, but I wish Dennis will score a hat-trick. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I hope he does as well, but yes, it'll be a tight game, I think. At least, you know, even if it's like a high-scoring game, I think it'll be quite tight between the both of them. I left out Salah for Son. Was this a good decision? I think it is. You know, I'm going to do the same thing next week, but yeah. Arsenal do Liverpool a favour. I don't mind, really. I mean, I don't really care about doing Liverpool a favour, to be honest. I just want to win, but I think City will win quite easily. They're the best team in the league. I did a -8 and took in Antonio Gray and Reguilon for James, Bernardo and Watkins. Yeah, last minute I benched Ramsdale and brought in Pickford. That looks good. Pickford's good for this week and possibly Game Week 22 as well. Brentford have a double. Why didn't anyone get their players? Well, Tony's a good option, but yeah, I mean, do you really want to get their players in? I mean, the fixtures afterwards are pretty poor. Thanks for your channel. Good responses. Really helpful. Thank you. Okay, Organ. Much appreciated. Screw it, I did a -4 for James to Soufal and Salah to Bowen. Yeah, fair enough. That looks pretty good as well. Especially Salah to Bowen. Not worth going with Brentford players only. Only Tony. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's still decent options for this double game week, but yeah, the fixtures after are pretty poor. Who scores for Chelsea? I think Mason Mount. Yeah, just a kind of quick prediction. Calvert-Lewin, yeah. You would love a 2-0 for Liverpool. Alonso subbed out 63rd minute with a clean sheet and Jota and Salah goal in the last minutes. I mean, that is literally dreamland what you're talking about. That is asking for too many things to align in the stars. But yeah, if you're right, obviously, then you deserve a beer probably. Palace haven't lost to West Ham at home since 5 years. Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, I went with a draw anyway. I went with a 1-1, but records are there to be broken. Praying Arsenal post the pick of Tomiyasu. He is actually in training, I believe, in the last few days, but he might still not be available. Not taking a hit on Calvert-Lewin makes me so uncomfortable. The fixtures aren't great anyway, but I brought Calvert-Lewin in last week, and I think he's a good option long term, but yeah, I don't think you need him. My captain is Salah. Good luck, Ahmed. Obviously, Salah would have been my original captain before the double game weeks, and here we go. Stay for 10 so we can see the lineups. Stay for 10. Oh, 10 more minutes. Okay. I might have to just plug in something. As you can see, everything was so hectic today. But yeah. I have to plug in so the laptop doesn't die. Free hitting Game Week 22? I don't think so. I mean, I'm keeping my options open, but right now I think I could just take a -8 and possibly bench boost. If not, I'll just take a -4 and just sort my team out accordingly. Salah to Gray and Scarlett to Antonio. Yeah, that looks good, but obviously the deadline has passed. So, you know, it doesn't make too much sense to do that right now, to be honest. Hi, mate, just tuned in. What happened earlier in the stream that you were mentioning? Yeah, the only things I really mentioned in terms of things that might be surprising is Foden. He's out with COVID. I guess you already know that. Other things I mentioned, I'm not sure. Obviously, let me know what I was saying, and then I can... You know, we've said quite a lot here. We're mainly focusing on the questions. I was kind of in two minds about getting Sufheim for an additional hit, but in the end, I've just decided to just save it. Hey Dylan, did the City lineup come out yet? No, it should come out in 9 minutes. There might be some news anyway from reliable sources. Man United will win. I think they will today, yeah, or should I say this week. It would be funny if Foden actually starts. It would be, and I'd be quite lucky maybe because I've got him in my starting 11, but he's probably going to come off for Dennis anyway. What's the news around Foden? Apparently he's out. He's got COVID, and this has been going on since yesterday. When do you think is the perfect time to free hit? Honestly, it's a team-dependent question. There's going to be more blanks and doubles. It's going to be different for a lot of people. But I think just during another double or blank game week, free in 22 looks good. If not 30, if not 35, or another of these doubles or blanks. But honestly, it's too early to tell. But I don't think, at least in my case, freeing now wouldn't have made sense. If Game Week 22 is a mass double game week, then surely a free hit makes sense. Yeah, but for example, if you look at my team, I've got quite a lot of double game week players. Let me bring up my team once again. And yeah, I think it makes sense for me if, COVID does calm down a little bit, there's not really postponements, I could bench boost this team. I can take a -8, get Son, Region, and another defender who has a double, and literally just bench boost. I'd basically have, Ramsdale on my bench, Antonio, Bowen, and let's say, for example, Region. That's a pretty good bench boost. Region will probably have a double. Ramsdale will probably have a double. And my 11 should be pretty good. The only problem is COVID. That is the only thing that's putting me off. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're looking at. So 1 second, we'll do a little break, and we'll stay for the lineups, and then we'll end the stream. So we've been going on for nearly 2 hours. We started around 9:35. So yeah, we'll wait and see. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Just a little pit stop. Let's call it that way. If that was a pit stop, I probably would have cost the driver. But anyway, here we go. We're done. We're back. Let's see. I hope the Foden thing is a rumour. Well, some pretty reliable sources like Football Intelligence Unit did say it, so I'm not really too confident about him being available. Your thoughts on Lukaku, about the comments he made about Chelsea? I mentioned it yesterday briefly. I think it's quite funny, to be honest, and he was basically saying, I want to be professional, I don't want to talk too much, but then look what he's doing. I mean, this interview happened pretty much, 2 weeks ago, but it's now been released. But, a lot of the comments are unnecessary, he's basically flirting with Inter Milan and trying to get back there, but, it just makes no sense, because when he was there, he was also, it looked like he was pushing for a move to Chelsea, so no idea what's happening there, to be honest. He's probably just unhappy with the situation with Tuchel. He wasn't playing when he was available a few weeks ago. Now he's been playing, he's been doing well, but it's just, if I was Thomas Tuchel, I'd be very pissed off, to be honest, yeah. And a Chelsea fan, which I never will be, by the way. My transfer was that, bro, just asking if it's good or bad. Yeah, that looks good. As I said before, I think Ashish. Dylan, I free hit and put Bowen as captain. Yeah, I think that makes sense, mate. And yeah, you should be all good, mate. Bowen is going to be a very popular captaincy option this week. It'll be interesting to see the kind of effective ownerships of all these players. Regarding the free hit, if I was to use it, will I see a new one available straight after? You can't use the second one the week after. You have to wait 2 weeks. So if I use one in Game Week 22, I can't use the second one until Game Week 24. Happy New Year and good luck. Happy New Year to you as well, Mubin, and all the very best of luck. Is Foden out today? It looks like it, Alpha. Won't be surprised if Ake starts the left back. Yeah, same here. Who's better, Son or Kane? I think Son still. Lukaku created more chaos in Chelsea right now. Not a good sign. As a Chelsea fan myself, very sad. It's just unnecessary. I just don't really get why he did it. He could have just been quiet about it. He could just be like, well, I'm not happy about not playing, but you know what? I'm going to try my best to get back into the team. And I love Inter Milan, but I'm at Chelsea now. You know, that's what I'd be saying. I don't know why. I don't know what he was thinking. Who advised him? Wow, you kept James. I mean, it's not like I wanted to keep James, but I'm looking at the potential doubles in 22, and I'll probably just get rid of him then, to be honest. But yeah, I'm down to nothing really in defence. If Cancelo is benched or something like that, I'm in the mud really. And maybe I should have started Livramento over Alonso, but you know, it is what it is. It's all done, and we just have to go with it. I probably should have started Livramento, to be honest, but there you go. It's done. Then there was no red strike by Foden's name. No, there wasn't, but you know, FPL won't be updating the game based on these, you know, Twitter sources and stuff like that. Most underrated player in the Premier League in your opinion? I mean, normally I'd say Bernardo Silva, but a lot of people are giving him due credit now. But I think he's up there. Most underrated player? I mean, if I have to think about someone else, I have to think about it, obviously. Yeah, Bernardo Silva's the first one that comes into my mind. I think he's probably like, he's always under the radar. Even in 18-19, he probably could have won the Player of the Year, but you know, Van Dijk won it. But I think Bernardo Silva would have been a worthy winner, and he's always been, you know, in the shadow of KDB or Gundogan last season, also Leroy Sané or Sterling or Aguero. But Bernardo Silva is very good. Cancelo starts? I believe so, but let's wait and see. A lot of Inter fans don't want him back yet. Have you seen the banner? Yeah, I saw it. Basically something about, you know, staying in the storm or something like that. Do you play FIFA? Not that much, but I do. I used to play it a lot more. But yeah, I do from time to time. Wildcarded for 15 player structure, avoid prices, CR7 later. Yeah, that looks pretty good, Nico. Just looking at your team. Yeah, that looks good. Tomiyasu should be back, whether it's this week or next week. And you've got plenty of double Gameweek players potentially in Gameweek 22. Let's wait and see what confirmation we do get. Didn't have enough balls to captain Antonio, went for Bowen. Yeah, but Antonio is higher, or has got higher ownership, so he actually might be highly captained, or more highly captained than Bowen in the end. So yeah, look, Bowen's only 19% owned. He was like less than 10%, you know, not too long ago. Antonio's 42% owned. So yeah, I think Antonio will have more captainers this week for sure. Do you think Martinelli will start the next few games? I believe so, yeah. Tomiyasu underrated? Yeah, he's quite underrated. I agree. Say Maximin most underrated? I mean, he's a really nice player to watch. I don't know if he's the most underrated, though, but I can see why I say that. Peter about Foden, but I have Martinelli on the bench. Let's hope for an attack and return. Happy New Year to you as well, Tuchels. And yeah, I hope Martinelli does produce an attack and return, even if it's at my detriment. But yeah, I'm not too confident with Arsenal against City. I do hope Chelsea vs Liverpool will not be postponed. Yeah, yeah, I'd be in the mud too. I'd have 5 players out basically, with the Chelsea players included. So yeah, that would be the worst case scenario, and it's possible. Thoughts on my new wildcard team in a previous comment? Yeah, Nico, I did mention. I'm pretty sure I did go over your team. I mentioned it. I can't find it now. Actually, there's quite a lot of questions that have come in today. Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but can't. Yeah, I think I got it here. Yeah, I think it's a good team. Obviously, you've got a lot of double gaming players already. Yeah, Sol Foden, Ramsdale, James, Livramento, Tomiyasu, and Davis. Damn, you sold a lot of players. So obviously, it is a wild card. It does make sense. The only thing is with a wild card, and I talked about this before. You might be wild carding and you have a really good team right now, but then what if more postponements happen and then your wild card is kind of limited because you probably want to use it later on in the season, but you've already used it, and then postponements have kind of ruined your team. So that's the only downside to it. So many ignore Saint Maximin, but I bet this guy will collect many points next rounds. What do you think, Dylan? Well, he's got a calf injury. I'm not sure how serious it is. He might be ready soon, but yeah, no, I still wouldn't look at him, to be honest. Newcastle, just not convinced by them, and the fixtures aren't great. Smith Rowe is underrated. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If City score an early goal, then we are done, mate. I think we're done anyway. Obviously, that's not the mentality we should have, especially from the manager and the players. But I'm just saying, as a fan, I've just grown to expect it, so I'm not really expecting anything there. Tomiyasu not seen arriving by journalists. Yeah, he'll probably be back by Gameweek 22 for sure. Yeah. As an Arsenal fan, do you want Coutinho? No, I don't want him. Honestly, I don't think he's anywhere near good enough anymore. Who would you pick? Arsenal win or Cancelo 12 points? Arsenal win all day long, mate. You could give me Cancelo 50 points and I still would say Arsenal win. Most underrated for me, Chilwell. Fair enough. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I mean, he's actually a really big miss for Chelsea, actually. I don't agree, if I'm being honest, with Chilwell being the most underrated, but I can see why Chelsea fans do like him a lot. KDB always turns it on against Arsenal. Yeah, he does. I've got a City fan. Yeah, I know. Who knows City fans? He caused the Emirates because of De Bruyne's performance 2 years ago. The Kevmirates. Make of that what you will. Thank you very much for the super chat. 2 calls, much appreciated. Managed to get 11 on the field this week. De Gea, Davis, Johnson, Trent, Foden, Jota, Bowen, Gray, Antonio, Kane and Ronaldo. Bench, Martinelli, Rudiger, Hoover. Thoughts going forward if you have time? I like your team. I'm not sure. Let me just check this. Yeah, who is your second goalkeeper? If you're looking to bench boost in 22, you could maybe look to upgrade him. I'm not sure about Hoover's situation. But yeah, the team looks pretty good overall. There's not many things to kind of nitpick. I would like to have Son in there, to be honest, but that would probably mean getting rid of Ronaldo. You have a very expensive attack. But yeah, I think in the coming weeks, after the double game week 22, you could look to get rid of Rudiger potentially, especially with the blanks in 24, 25. I think your team looks pretty good overall though, but I would still have a few concerns. You could, if you need money, maybe downgrade one of Ronaldo or Kane, but obviously that's not ideal because they're good options. Yeah, Tomiyasu starts. Dylan, are you not concerned about Reguilon's minutes? He only got taken off last game because he was on a yellow card. He's not going to, start every single game. I think Sessegnon will give him good competition. With Emerson, for example, he's more nailed. He's got no competition with Doherty on the verge of leaving, but I still prefer Reguilon. Yeah, Cancelo starts. That's good news. Yeah, I'm going to read out the lineups. I'm not sure why... I need to sort that screen out because normally I'd have the lineups and stuff available for you lot there on screen. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the screen. I'll try to fix it now actually, but maybe it's going to be futile. But let's check the Arsenal versus Man City lineups and see what's happening here. We'll check Twitter then. Let's check Twitter. Oh my god, what happened there? Yeah, I had to zoom out so much and looks like a completely different page now. So we'll get the lineups out now. Oh no. Yeah, I see City's lineup first. Great. Fantastic. Alright, let's just get City's lineup first. I mean, that's the more interesting one from an FPL perspective regardless. ¿Qué pasó, man? Jesus. Anyway, let's go now to... Let's see, this one. No. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one that's... I don't know what happened to this page. Mamma mia. Let's see. Yeah, nah. That is actually so weird. Something must have got lost. But anyway, let's just go back to my team here and back to the chat. So yeah, the starting 11 for City is Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Ake, Rodrigo... Ooh, Jesus, voice crack. Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez. Yep, Foden's not there. As talked about. Stefan, Walker, Gundogan, Grealish, Fernandinho, Keiki, Mbeti, Palmer, and Mekati. Yeah, so it looks like City might have a few COVID cases actually. That bench is a bit weaker than usual. Look at these twats saying easy 6-0 win. Piss off. I hope Arsenal win, but probably won't. Anyway, let's keep it PG. Let's see the Arsenal lineup. Yeah, here we go. So Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Saka, Odegaard, Gabriel, Martinelli, and Lacazette. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's pretty much the exact same 11 we expected. Hopefully Arsenal do well. I don't know who's going to be in charge of Arsenal though, because pretty much all the coaching staff have COVID. It might be that Swedish guy with the AirPods. They call him AirPod Man, one of the assistants. But yeah, pretty much so. Not really anything that affects us too much. Foden's not going to play, but I've got Dennis off the bench unless he does a strike because he wasn't allowed to go to the African Cup of Nations. Let's wait and see. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think looking at my team, probably the only mistake I've possibly made is not start Livramento over Alonso, but let's wait and see. I think the rest is fine for this week, and I can attack next week with a -4 or a -8 depending on if I'm going to bench boost or not. Honestly, why the hell is Gundogan not starting? He's just not nailed anymore. With Kevin De Bruyne back in the team, that's why he's not starting again. Yeah, a lot of people happy with the lineups. Hey Dylan, who's the player right of Leno on Arsenal's Twitter page? I'll check that for you. I'm not sure who that is actually. Let's just go. That says F1. I don't think people want to see F1 anymore. Yeah, Arsenal's Twitter page. Let's get this up. Right of Leno in Arsenal's Twitter page. I'm guessing you're saying in the header. Wait, am I being stupid? Okay, wait, I don't want to say something stupid. Wait, what? Okay, that's a good question. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, Tavares is there. That's Lukonga next to Maitland-Niles and Balogun. I think it's someone I should be knowing. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I think it's like a youth academy play. Obviously, if anyone does know, then let me know. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Dylan, first time I heard you swear. I do swear quite a bit, but not on stream. You know, I can keep it. And to be fair, the T word isn't really that bad. You know, it's not as bad as anyway. KDB and Cancelo, my assets start. Wow, yeah, you've got to enjoy it. You know, and either way, you know, it's a big game. They know we're going to be benched. I see an Arsenal win. If that happens, Galactic Hobbit, I'll definitely be celebrating tonight. Again, no Smith Rowe. Yeah, that's why I was talking about him being sold. I mean, he's still a good option. He can score off the bench again, but it's just quite unlikely to keep on happening. Earpods in charge, mate. Yeah, exactly. I forgot his name. It's like, it begins with an S. Arsenal win without Arteta. Imagine that. Actually, really confused. Why not Saul Tomiyasu? He's starting. Yeah, I saw stuff about him being in training and stuff like that. So, if they actually hit him on purpose, I don't think they hit him on purpose, to be honest. Oh no, Xhaka starting might get a red card. I'm worried. No, but Xhaka's always going to start, and Arsenal are better with Xhaka, to be honest. But for example, that red card he got against City last time, you know, other players do it and they don't get a red. But anyway, let's not even talk about that. I don't know why. I have a strange feeling that Arsenal might sneak at least a draw today. I would not mind that at all, mate. I'd want to win, though. Can you put the picture on screen? Well, unfortunately, I mean, I can. It's Ocon. Okay, I can't even pronounce that. Jesus Christ, this is embarrassing. I should know this. But yeah, I've heard of him, but honestly, I've never seen him play, to be honest. But yeah. I'll try to sort out the other few scenes next time. I have no idea what actually changed, to be honest. Yeah. Okonkwo. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Marco, and to the others who said that. What an incredible F1 season that was. Were you happy with the ending? I was. I know a lot of people weren't, but, you know, I was, to be fair. By far the most stressful deadline this season. Yeah, and it's the new year. What a way to start 2022. Just poured Irish whiskey into my coffee to lower my blood pressure. Jesus, isn't it early on in the morning to do that? Or maybe late, depending on where you are. But yeah, here it's 11 a.m. I'm definitely not going to be pouring Irish whiskey, but yeah, you never know. Maybe after a 40-pointer when everyone gets 100 points, maybe I will. Why Smith Rowe became a bench option? Because he got injured against United, and then ever since he was out, the front four were doing really well. That's why. Earpods, yeah, Stuyvenberg, yeah, that's the guy. Thank you very much. I'll double check that. I thought there was like was it a K? I thought there was a K, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that. Good luck, everybody, this longer than usual game week. Yeah, good luck, Rafael. Yeah, it's going to be quite a weird one, but let's wait and see. Hopefully it's not pain being stretched out across 2 weeks. That would be awful. Why are you keeping Foden? This is COVID. Yeah, I know. Well, he'll be back for Game Week 22. And also, I've already made transfers, and I've got Dennis coming off the bench. So, yeah, I just started him just in case, to be honest. I'm more worried about benching Livramento or not making a defender transfer, if anything. Just noticed you took a hit. Feeling frisky, Dylan? It's not too bad, though. A -4. I could have taken a -8 or a -12. If anything, I was a bit cautious still. I'm probably going to take a -8 next week, especially if I bench boost. Otherwise, it'll be another -4. I took out Jesus, watch him score. He'll probably get an assist or something, yeah, I think, or score. City will have problems in the left-back, right-back positions, potentially, but I don't know. I just think City will win. I don't know. I always fear the worst when we face City. Can't believe Cancelo is starting. Pep has guts to play someone who I don't think is the right mind frame. But to be fair, Cancelo made himself available, so they probably talked about this. I'm sure Pep asked him, are you sure you want to play, and are you in the right mindset? I put Royale in instead of Soufal. Yeah, I can see why he did that. I mean, that's why I was also looking to hold off and maybe get Cash, Cucurella, Reguilon, etc. For example, James and Livramento next week. Soufal, Royale. I mean, for this week, yeah, I prefer Soufal, but long term, maybe Royale's the better pick. I agree. For thinking City will win 6-0. Cancelo and Ramsdale clean sheet will be the best. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, actually. It wouldn't be too bad. Do you think Johnson's nailed? Not completely nailed, but I think he'll play both games. I know he'll definitely start one of them. Foden not in the squad. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Obviously, I'm not really bothered. I was already aware from yesterday that he could be out. Do you think Martinelli will be benched for Smith Rowe in the double? I think in one of the games, yeah. So Smith Rowe will get a start within the next 2 or 3 games. Yeah, Martinelli's already playing. Yeah. But we're talking about the Gameweek 22, where Arsenal could have a double. Do you think Gundogan will come off the bench as I have King on the bench? I think he might, yeah. It depends on, obviously, the game and how it pans out, but I think Gundogan will come off the bench. I honestly think that Livramento will haul this week. Yeah, I probably made a mistake benching him. Worth it to transfer out Salad early? Honestly, just wait. Price rises doesn't mean anything right now. I actually had a -12 this week. I kind of regret it now, though. Those double game week players attracted me. Yeah, and obviously it makes sense. It will pay off probably. For example, taking hits for Bowen, Antonio, Calvert-Lewin, Gray, or Soufal even, but I don't know. I was just looking also to Game Week 22 where there's probably more double game weeks. Arsenal win today, hopefully. Maybe I'm being a bit too negative, but I'm just going to try be patient. I got Craig Dawson in as a punt. I think a West Ham defender could be good. Yeah, I think they will be good this double game week, but I'm just not sure beyond this double game week. If I'm playing 3-5-2 and Reguilon's not playing, my first sub is Dennis. Will I take the points from Dennis? No. You will have the bench. You'll have the points from the first defender on your bench. Let's make it simple. So let's say, for example, you have Livramento second or third on your bench. He will come on instead of Dennis. Touch grass, yeah. Good transfer, Son and Soufal in for Salah and James. Yeah, I think that's good. I hope I get hauls from Sterling and Mahrez. I hope not, Ethan, honestly. But then again, I want Arsenal to win. Who do you think will get the bonus points in the Arsenal-Man City game? I think Kevin De Bruyne. Probably Mahrez. Let me check the lineup again, actually. Let me check the lineup. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I'd say Mahrez. Yeah, Mahrez, De Bruyne. I have a sneaky feeling about Bernardo Silva or Sterling as well, but yeah, that's what I'd probably go for. Pep wouldn't play him if he wasn't okay. Yeah, I agree. FPL Devil. Thank you, Lamoyo. Happy New Year to you as well. Hopefully 2022 will bring much more subscribers to your channel, mate. Thank you very much. And I'm not sure how many subscribers we're on right now. I'll probably double check that. But we're very close to 9,000. If you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Obviously, thank you very much. I'll try have a check now because I wasn't able to check throughout the whole stream. This has been a hectic one, as it has tended to be. And we've still got nearly 300 people watching. So obviously, much appreciated to everyone who is still here. Wow, we are really close. Yeah, I think we've got nearly 100 subscribers from this stream alone. We're 3 subscribers away from 9,000. So if you haven't already, just subscribe. We can hit a milestone in the first day of 2022. And then we can push on for 10k. And obviously we'll set a target for that. And yeah, even the latest video, nearly 10,000 of you watched that. So obviously much appreciated. A lot of you have been watching the videos recently. So yeah, let's try to get to 9,000 subscribers. We're now 2 away. We're 8,998. So if you haven't already, you know what to do. We'll try to get through some last questions. How does it work with double game weeks in cup matches? Well, the cups obviously have no bearing or no consequence, really, unless some of these players that you bring in for a double game week play in the cup and then they're rested in the second game. But yeah, the double game weeks, let's say, for example, the Norwich West Ham game is suspended because of COVID, then it will no longer be a double game week. That's pretty much how it is. Dylan captaining himself today, yeah. Hey Dylan, I feel a draw for us. Yeah, a lot of people are positive today, but I've been positive before for Arsenal against City and it's just been poor. Thank you, Goldhead. As he says, like the stream if you haven't already. Thank you, John. Dylan, we need you on Twitch. Yeah, I don't see many people on Twitch as well, especially with FPL, so yeah, it's something I thought about. When will be the update? When will the update end? I'm not sure, to be honest. It tends to be over an hour nowadays, but yeah. Oh no, not Alonso. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I should have put Livramento. KDB or Son right now? Son. I still prefer Son. Mission objective to catch Dylan by Game Week 28. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait and see, to be honest. I think in terms of the bonus points, it'll be some of those players. I think... Yeah, probably Mahrez, Sterling, and Kevin De Bruyne. But yeah, I don't think City will win by that much. Actually, yeah, no, they will. Probably by 2 or 3 at least. I think Ramsdale will get some bonus points. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually, no, I would because he's on my bench. I have over 4 million in my bank now after doing Foden to Gray. I don't know what to do with all the money. I mean, we've still got plenty of time until the next deadline. But if you don't have Son, I think you can get him in for one of your midfielders. Damn, no Foden. Yeah. I was kind of already expecting it. He's just in my starting 11 just in case. I'm just concerned about my defence. That's the only bad thing. But I think next week, it could actually be the right thing to do. So right now, it doesn't look too good for my defense, but yeah, we'll wait and see. My system bro bullying me that City are going to thrash us. Oh, but don't tell me they support City. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Amir. Thank you very much. And hope to see you in the future streams as well. I'm tired of Foden. Out of 4 games, he doesn't start free. Well, it's because of COVID. That's why he's not starting this time. He would have started. 9K has just arrived. Let me double check this, but I think we have hit it. Thank you very much. We've now, wow, 9,011 people subscribing. So we've pretty much got, what, like 15 subscribers in the last few minutes. So thank you very much to everyone. We've reached 9,000 subscribers. We'll try to get to 10,000. And so many of you here in the stream today, which is absolutely unbelievable, to be honest. And yeah, we're on how many likes? 214. Let's try to get to 220 and just keep on setting new targets. But thank you very much. We're going to be ending the stream very soon. And yeah, probably I need a little lie down actually. Man City 3-1 against Arsenal. That's what I predicted. But I also did that in the Etihad and we lost 5-0. I understand why you're cautious. Anytime I feel confident about Arsenal, they let me down. Yeah, and also City are that good, and they've won 10 games in a row. They're the best team in the league, so I'm not really too confident. I have Bowen, Johnson and Antonio. Do you think Johnson will play league games? Yes, I believe so. He'll definitely start one of them. I'm not sure if he'll start both, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Oh no, we've got some MJ quotes coming in. I thought I was sneaky buying Kyle Walker a month ago. Hasn't played a match for me and just sucked up a bench spot. Yeah, but these things can happen. I mean, when do you expect someone to be injured and, you know, just struggle so much to come back? You know, we'll just wait and see. Are you watching the football today? Yes, I probably will. I mean, especially Arsenal City, to my detriment. Thank you, CH. Well done on your subscriptions, Dylan. Really enjoy your streams and encyclopedic knowledge. I wouldn't say encyclopedic, to be honest. I just literally stumbled on the words. That's why I'm not an encyclopedia. But thank you very much, CH. And all the very best of luck. Hopefully, this is a great year for us. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be, at least today, it's going to be a long one. Will Cancelo be physically weak today? I don't think so, but you never know. It could be more of a mental thing. It could happen. Either way, we'll wait and see. Expect disappointment and you will not be disappointed. Arsenal Mojo. Yeah, I learned a lot from the new MJ, Michelle Jones. When will the update end? I mean, it should be ending very soon. I'll check now, but I always fall into this trap of I refresh the page and then, oh, all of a sudden. Let's actually check a screenshot because this was the best wildcard team I recommended for this week. Alright, so now let's refresh the page. Yeah, it's still permission denied. Sorry. Don't tell me I have to sign in again. What's this? Yeah, I got signed out. Okay, I don't know why that happened. Okay, that's a bit weird. Anyway. But yeah, I think the game has updated now. Man City Arsenal 0-0. I'd be very surprised if that was the score. I think there's a way to get to Twitch chat and YouTube chat together. It would, but it would be very hectic. I mean, look at today, for example. It's already tough enough answering so many questions. Imagine more people on Twitch. Oh my god. Thank you, FPL Devil. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, John. Ali as well. What is your rank? It's on the left-hand corner of your screen. I'm 78k, which isn't great, to be honest. 226 likes. Yep. Yep. Very happy with that. I'm thinking of doing James to Robertson. The only thing I'd say about that is if you have Jota and Trent, don't do it, because what if you want Salah back? It makes it more difficult because then you'd have to make another transfer to get Robertson out or someone else to then bring him back in. Are you an Arsenal fan? Yes, I am. Good luck for the game week, mate. Thank you very much, Wei Seng. And yeah, there probably will be a reaction stream. We have more time to reflect upon each game week. We haven't really had that in the last few days. Yeah, update ended. Yep. Thank you, FPL Devil. Much appreciated. It has ended, yes, it's all done. Dylan, seems like Tuchel is running Pulisic out more and more to give him a shot at being a nailed player, maybe at Lukaku's expense. The thing is with Pulisic, he always breaks down, you know, he's very injury prone, so that's why I kind of stay clear. And also with Chelsea, you know, the blanks in 24 and 25, I probably would just stay clear anyway. But yeah, I mean, Pulisic, he's a very good player when he's, you know, fully out. I remember in the FA Cup final, the problems he caused Arsenal. So yeah, I think he could be a good option, but in FPL, I never really think about him. Welcome, Christian. Should I play Diaz or Dennis? I probably would have played... That's tough, actually. Honestly, I think either one is fine. I probably would have gone with Dennis. Who is your European non-Premier League favourite team? That's tough. I mean, I like other teams like Borussia Dortmund, Valencia, you know, these kind of teams with history, with a huge fan base, that are still relatively big. But yeah, I think I like those sort of teams. I like Inter, I guess. I like Inter Milan. But I wouldn't say that. I like Napoli, I guess, from Maradona. But yeah, it's not like I support another team, to be honest, yeah. I slept through the deadline. To be honest, I'm half asleep right now, to be honest, yeah. I don't blame you. have faith in Arsenal, Dylan? I mean, I do in the long term, but just not against City today. 78k, 8 million is fantastic, mate. It's decent. Obviously, the reason why I say that is because I've constantly been in a position like this, from 40k to 70k. I've never really been able to sustain and push beyond that through some mistakes I made, through some external circumstances and other factors. So, yeah. You made negative transfers? Yeah, I took a -4. I brought in Gray and Bowen. And I've captained Bowen. Arsenal a lot better than their fans think they are, it seems. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. When Arsenal overhype themselves, then other people are like, well, you're overhyping your team. And then we end up getting battered by Liverpool City, like 4-5-0. And then, yeah, it just doesn't look good. Bowen captain, yeah, a lot of people have gone for that. But then his ownership isn't as high as Antonio. So maybe it won't be as bad as we all think. We just hope Salah gets us some points one last time before African Cup. Yeah, hopefully. If the game goes ahead, fingers crossed. I hope Liverpool win that. But yeah, either way, I've got so many players in that game. If the game does go ahead, surely I get some points, of some degree. Do you think mini wildcard 4 transfers as a chip would be useful? I think it could be, yeah. But then again, you could just take a -4 or -8, depending if you have 2 free transfers or not. Any DCL captaincy selections out there? Yeah, that'll be interesting. I think some people did vote for it in the poll yesterday, so they might be. It updated now, yeah, it should be. How many players have you playing FPL? This is my 3rd season, basically. So I finished 67k, 55k, and now we'll wait and see what happens this year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my 3rd season. I went from 50k to 300k to 50k over the Christmas period. That's a roller coaster, basically. Ranks are still pretty close. They are. One good week could really push you up, especially this week or next. And if I bench boost next week, that could be actually a really good boost into the top 30k maybe or 40. But let's wait and see. Wish I went for Gray or a West Ham defender. I literally had Gray and for ESR planned. Yeah, that's good. I mean, West Ham defender isn't necessary. I didn't go for it in the end. I could have brought them in for Soufal, or should I say for Soufal, for Reece James. But yeah, the Gray move would have been good, but at the same time, also not necessary. I think Bowen and Antonio are the only ones you really need right now. Do you talk to other FPL YouTubers? Not really, to be honest. I don't really talk to others. Can you tell us the number of managers that captain Bowen? I can't, if I'm being honest. Not right now. I can bring it up, and there's a page called FPL Status on Twitter. They tend to, break all the stats down after the deadline passes, but I'm not sure if it's updated yet. I need to check that. Yeah, they haven't updated it yet, so maybe in an hour or so they will have it ready. But yeah, I can't tell you how many people captain them. Maybe FPL themselves, the website, but for some reason I'm signed out, which is a bit annoying, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, Foden is out, yeah. Bowen Mega Hall incoming. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. He's my captain and he's captain of a lot of people, really. Let's wait and see what happens. Thank you, FPL Devil. I just subscribed. Wish you a blessed new year. God got your back. Jesus did it all. Thank you very much. And obviously, Happy New Year to you as well. And blessings to you and your family. What is the do for Bowen and Salah this game week? What is the do? I'm probably overcomplicating it. That's probably something simple. Imagine the scenes if Bowen gets rested. And at this point, who knows? Wouldn't be too surprised. Was the deadline 11 or 11:30? 11. Yeah, it was at 11. So wow, we've been going on for nearly an hour. Oh, the effective ownership. Yeah. I think Salah will still be captained by over 2 million people. But yeah, with Bowen, it'll probably be a bit lower. So in terms of effective ownership, I don't know. Salah will still be over 150% potentially. As for Bowen, who knows? It has to be over 100% though. Have a blessed day all. I'm off. Thank you, FPL Devil. I'm going to be off too as well. Bowen 21.1%. Yeah, he's going up by the minute. Some people bringing him in after the deadline. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. But Bowen actually cost me last week not having him. Now I have him. Let's see what he does. Let's see what the hype is about. Oh my God, Alonso over Livramento. That was probably a big mistake, wasn't it? But yeah, in terms of my team selection, I'm all done. Foden is not in the squad, so Dennis will be coming on for me. And if not, it'll be Livramento, depending on what happens in these games. But thank you to everyone who's been tuning in today. It's been a blast. Thank you, FPL Devil. Do you reckon we'll have a triple game week similar to last season? I think it could happen. With all the postponements, it could happen. A lot of people are kind of pointing towards Watford having one. Let's wait and see. United not looking good. Not right now, but they still have some good options like Ronaldo, De Gea, Dallo, etc. Is it a good idea for anyone to use the wildcard this week? It's not a bad idea, but the one thing I would say is, what if there are postponements and, yeah, you could just use the second wildcard later on in the season and combine it with another chip like the bench boost all the triple captains. So it's not a bad idea, but you could just save it. The best captain, oh Jesus, after Bowen, I'd say Antonio. Yeah. Little wall break. Yeah, I'd say Antonio. So jealous you have at DCL. I brought him in last week, to be honest, so, and it didn't really pay off. I had Dennis on the bench anyway to replace DCL, but we'll wait and see. I went from 114k to 700k because my free hit didn't get activated in Game Week 19. Oh dear, yeah. I did my changes 6 minutes before the deadline. Yeah, the website the other week was just an absolute disgrace, to be honest. I also couldn't make my transfers. I would have had Ronaldo by now, and my team would be a lot different. I probably would have done even better last week as well, but, you know, it's impossible, you know, to have everything you want. But yeah, the website cost a lot of people basically the other week. It was pretty poor. What apps do you use for FPL? My favourite is Playmaker for sure. Not really any, to be honest. Yeah, none. No Pickford shouts, even with a double game week. They might have a double game week in 22, but yeah, Everton are just poor defensively. That's why a lot of people don't really like him. Yeah, Yusuf, I took a -4. For some reason, yeah, the lighting now. Once again, let me just try to sort this out. Yeah, I took a -4. So I brought in Gerard Bowen and Demarai Gray in for Bernardo Silva and Douglas Luiz. Yeah. Teams having double game week 22. Obviously, nothing's confirmed yet. There's some teams that are likely to have one. I was going to show everyone the Ben Crellin graphic, but for some reason, once again, the kind of, well, basically, I can't even speak right now. I'm literally so tired. I've had like 3-4 hours sleep. Basically, the screens I had on OBS, for some reason, they were just absolutely undone. So I think this is the updated one. Yeah, it is. So the teams that are likely to have a double game week are Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester, Brighton, Leeds, Burnley and Watford. But I think actually since this image was made, Man United aren't as likely to have a double game week now. So that's something else to think about. So let me just get the updated version. I don't think too much has changed anyway. But yeah. Yeah, all the scenes and stuff will be kind of sorted out by the next stream. I'm not sure what happened even, to be honest. I'm still not. I'll have to look at that as soon as the stream is over. Yeah, so yeah, the teams that are likely to have a double: Everton, Burnley, Tottenham, Watford, Brighton, Arsenal, Leicester, Leeds. The rest is possible. So West Ham and Man City are the only two teams who are not going to have a double game week, but the rest have a chance of having one, and the ones I just listed have a very good chance. So yeah, Everton look pretty good, Everton assets. That's why I brought in Gray this week for a -4. Yeah, Spurs missed many games, and that's why I'm looking to get Reguilon and Son in next week for a -4 at least. I might take a -8 to get another defender as well, and maybe, yeah, the site is back up. Yeah, I already knew that. It's just I got signed out, and either way, I'm going to be going off soon. We've been going on for quite a while. Are you freeing next week? Probably not, Yusuf, but I'll let you know what I do in the end. Can you predict Bowen and Antonio points? Honestly, I'd rather not because I don't want to jinx it. Oh, it's just a bit FPL. I don't know. I'd say both of them get... I'm not sure, to be honest. I'd just say Bowen... this will be funny, looking back. I'd say Bowen 14 and Antonio 11. Let's go with that. I don't even know if that makes sense. It's going to be a lot of points on the bench this game week. I have Rudiger, Broja and Tierney. Yeah, not for me though, because Foden's not available. Livramento is touch and go. James is also out. But yeah, for a lot of people, will be a lot of bench points. Just woke up and saw Salah with 0 points last week, and I first restarted my phone just to be sure. Yeah, and I captained him as well. He missed the penalty, that's why. Isn't the deadline over? It is. It's just we've still been going on answering questions. Is KDB a good pick? Yes, he is. He was in my best wildcard team that I showed earlier. Chances of a double game week in 22, quite high, and we'll be talking about that over the coming few weeks as things are confirmed. Bench boost due to COVID being a big risk, that's the thing that puts me off. I'm keeping it as an option, but if COVID is still a thing, obviously it still will be a thing, but if it's still really rampant, that's what might put me off and I won't bench boost. But otherwise, yeah, I think my team is well poised for a bench boost. You know, I can just take a -8, really, and have so many double game week players. Only Bowen and Antonio, really. And maybe, yeah, Cancelo and Foden. Yeah, they're the only ones who would be single game week players, but we'll wait and see what happens. I went to 29k to 36k with a -8. yeah, either way, you could make up that hit in the coming weeks. But thank you very much to everyone who's been tuning in. And once again, if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed and supported the channel. We've now hit 9,000 subscribers. We're now looking to get to 10,000, so that's the next aim. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Dylan_RCM. You can also join the Discord server. The link is in the description below. And also the league, 886RGT. That's the league code. That's also in the description. So good luck with Game Week 21. A happy new year to all of you. And all the very best of luck. Let's see what this game week has in store for us. And I'll be keeping you updated with my latest transfer plans and all that good stuff. The transfer tips videos, all of that will be coming up in future weeks to come. And also the reaction stream. If you want to see that happen, let me know. But yeah, until then, just enjoy the football and all the very best of luck and a happy new year.